Alright, welcome everyone. It's time for more Alter Ego. This time it's going to be Eizen going through the thing. And,
Heyo.
yep. So, Aizen is going to be going through the male version and a brief synopsis of how this is gonna work. Just like the female version, there is Zaichen hosting us apparently. Thank you very much. And just like the female version, there are 7 states of life: baby, children, teenager, young adult, adult, middle-aged adult, and old person. So, yeah. And, something I should have done since the start with Opie, and I'm gonna implement if I do more series of this, is for every single of the time periods, I will accept one use of a panic button. For example, if Aizen doesn't want to do something, he can use a panic button, but only once per scenario. So, yeah.
Can these carry over to the next round? So if I don't use one in one period, I can use two in the next?
No. I mean, technically the game allows you for infinite, but that would not be fun if we did that. So let's have at least a bit of a incentive to not abuse it. Let's just say.
I see.
Anyway,
Excuse me a sec. Uh-huh. Yeah. Nah, I didn't go through. Cancel that plan. Look, I didn't plan it to begin with. Just cancel it. Anyway.
all right. Anyways, let us start Alter Ego here. So what will be your name?
Should I use my real name?
You can use
Fuck
whatever
it.
you
We'll,
want.
we'll say it's my basic name, Eisen.
All right, no problem. All right, so we will let you select your personality, which will basically ask you the same question, but a bit different that it was with Opie. So let's start with question 1. I will probably try to answer these questions honestly, true or false.
May as well. True.
I am likely to speak whatever comes to mind.
Most likely. I'll say false.
Alright. I am a light sleeper who stirs at even the slightest sound.
If it wasn't for melatonin, I would be the type, but thankfully that's not the case, so I'll say false.
Revenge is sweet.
I'm a dick. I'm not an asshole, so we'll say false.
Alright. I often feel slow, tired, and down in the dumps.
Not really, thanks to the job I have, so I'll say false.
An important part of every job is knowing whom to impress.
If we didn't know how to do that, we probably wouldn't have the best of jobs, so that is a most definite true.
Alright. I'm fascinated by car accidents and other disaster scenes.
Am I fast? Do you not see what we are going through thus far? False.
The person who knows me best likes me as a person.
You known me thus far. I'd say that's pretty true.
Alright. I am extremely sensitive to criticism.
Definitely not false.
I get nervous performing in front of people, even when the task is something I know by heart.
So let's place in general. Why not? We'll say true.
The people around me seem happier than I do.
I wish. False.
I often get the urge to touch walls which wet paint signs are on.
Technically no, though if it says don't touch, obviously it's gonna make you want to touch it. But we'll say false.
When I am ill, I become short-tempered and snap at people.
Nah, false.
On important matters, I usually follow my parents' advice, even when I disagree with it.
Sad but true.
It is possible that we live in a world where people can watch our every move.
Oh, good God, yes, that is definitely true.
When I am in a quiet place, I get the urge to scream.
Okay, before I answer this question, let me just answer truthfully to everyone in chat. Who doesn't?
It's okay to tell a white lie if it is guaranteed to bring great personal gain.
Not specifying if it's a tiny white lie or so, but I'll assume that's the case. So if it's tiny, that's true. Anything beyond that,
It is often pointless to try to discuss problem with other people.
nah, I'll say false.
I am easily embarrassed.
Ugh. If I was, I would be far more red than I already am. False.
Children should be seen and not heard.
Damn, I should have brought my D6 to help me make this decision. We'll say false.
Alright. I find it difficult to break the ice in conversation with people I barely know.
Well, I wouldn't want to make a bad opinion of others, so I'll say true.
My parents were strict disciplinarians.
Not strict, but not to the level of disciplinarians. I'll say false.
You can usually judge a person by first impression.
Well, it says usually, so I'll say that's true.
One way of getting people to treat you fairly is to take an aggressive stance and make them win you over.
The sad thing is, the dice is right there. I wish. I said false last time. We'll throw the dice again. True.
I think the questions like this are stupid and meaningless.
I wish I could say false, but thanks to that one option Opie had, where was literally trivia. Yes, I'm gonna have to say true.
Alright, and we will be starting with birth and infancy. Hello everyone in chat, hello Grim, hello Tangle String, hello Zaichin. I hope everyone's doing okay. Anyways, time for birth and infancy. You are a baby! You are in a warm, dark, comfortable place. This has been your place since you became aware that you are alive. It's almost time to enter a different world now. What will you do?
It's too cozy. I want to stay longer.
Okay, you certainly can't be blamed for wanting to stay someplace safe and warm. Besides, you are learning early the social merit of being fashionably late. What do you want to do now?
Little more.
Don't you think your mother has had enough aggravation carrying you in her belly for 9 long months? Stop being a freeloader and step out into the real world.
Fine, if you want me to come out, I'll go out swinging. Fight.
Alright. You may be a fighter, but your mom wants you out with more energy that you have to stay in. You'll find that anything of value in life is worth fighting for. This fight ends in a draw. You are evicted, but your mom is pooped. Soon you meet her and snuggle up nice and close. All is forgiven for now. Get ready to be born in a flurry of waving arms, screams, and a slap on the bottom. Happy birthday and welcome to the world. From now on, life will begin to change rapidly. You will have to learn to accept responsibility, build up your resources, and manage yourself physically and emotionally. The events that transpire over the course of the next few days include your rich aunt Marta places a $500 bond in trust for you. You are the most beautiful baby in the maternity ward and everyone takes your picture. Your father buys you a baseball bat and glove for you to use in a year or so when you get older. And welcome to the proper screen.
Because we all know those 1-year-old babies who are able to hold a glove and swing a baseball bat.
So yeah, you are currently 2 months old. And these are your initial stats. You're not a very calm baby. And you actually
Or
have
gentle,
some
for that
money.
matter.
We'll start by actually saving. Wow, there's actually already saves here. What the hell? Anyways.
You stupid motherfucker!
Thank you for the bits. But in any case, for now, there really isn't much you can do on these screens. I'm just gonna mention that you don't have to do every single card. You can bypass some of them, or you can just tell me where you want to go, because for now, you don't have anything in the side, other than a waiting card, and I don't recommend using it. So, on the screen
Wait.
on the screen we have right now, we have a few social card, we have a few relation card, or heart card, we have a few intelligence cards. So, what do you want to do?
I've pretty much just been born. We gotta be more social.
Alright, the one on the bottom left.
Yep.
A woman walks into a room holding a blanket and a bottle with warm white liquid. How are you feeling about this?
Not even sure if he's here in the chat. No, oh pie, not that kind of liquid.
He did the joke the time he played.
Oh, so he's bringing me some warm milk. I gotta be happy and cool.
Nothing like a nice warm bottle and a quick hug from mom to get a kid ready to face the world. As she walks towards you with the bottle, she sees you smiling and interprets this as a sign that you want to play with her. She picks you up and holds you for 10 minutes. This presents you with quite a dilemma.
Look, I don't care if it's the bottle or the boob. You better give me that damn food. Otherwise, I'm gonna cry my ass off.
So you wanna cry?
Seriously cry. Seriously cry.
Okay, moms can see that you had enough for now. She feeds you your bottles and walks away. You had your first experience with your mom.
Alright. The heart at the bottom.
Right? You don't have very many skills yet. As a matter of fact, life is pretty boring.
Restless, irritable, and I'm looking around.
Feel like you're going stir crazy? I can just imagine. The room is filled with bright colors, but you have trouble focusing on any of them. What will you do?
Well, if I can't focus, I may as well cry and yell.
I can understand how new and confusing all of this must be seem to you. 9 months of rest and relaxation, followed by all of that commotion, and now this. You can't see much, and you have no control over your body. Your crying makes something happen. You are lifted up and rocked.
Well, at least I'm getting some much wanted attention. I guess I'll calm down.
The gentle rocking reminds you of the good old days. Maybe this won't be so bad after all. Adaptation to change is a sign of healthy development. Keep this in mind for later. Little baby Eizen has been calmed down.
It might be small, but I gotta expand that brain power of mine. We'll go to the one on the lower right.
Alright. Lying on your stomach in the crib, you notice an interesting object an arm's distance away. It has a round shape on the top, and a ring on the bottom.
Not sure why, but I feel so determined to grab that object.
Alright. You have the fighting spirit of your Uncle Bill. You sneak and crawl on your belly like a combat soldier heading into battle. You reach your destination, grasp the rattle confidently and drool on it in victory until the jewel sphere shows a marked increase.
Yay, I got the item I need. What was the next thing I was supposed to do? All right, what I was supposed to do when I got the item. I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm just going to keep drooling on it.
Yes, saliva is something that infants seem to have a never-ending supply of. Manufacturing it will come in handy when someone you don't like picks you up and starts spinning you around over his or her face. Keep practicing. By the way, if at any time you want to check your stat, just let me know.
Let's keep going down this path with the bottom heart.
Alright. You are lying on the floor of a big room on a soft furry blanket. You are on your back staring at shadows that sometimes creep across the ceiling. Every so often, mom or dad passes by and makes a funny face. Your hands grope in all directions and your feet pat the floor gently, almost out of your control. Hello, Pie, by the way.
Hail pie. I think I'm gonna be pretty happy and don't know why, but just gotta make that O shape.
You pucker your cheek in and out and take short, quick breath. The skin on your face feels alternatively tight and loose. A person walks by and twirls their finger at you.
Why is this making me dizzy? I can't stop my face from going back and forth. Ah.
Alright. Your first smile! An important event. Your parents stand over you mesmerized as you practice your new skill. Hey!
Whoa. Let's go.
We have our first family crest, by the way, on the top left there.
Let's go with more social.
Okay. You're lying down in your crib and are greeted by a nosy neighbor who has a child just about your age. The neighbor says, "My, look at that funny little nose." She turns to your mother and adds, "Don't worry, dear. I heard that noses are the last thing to look truly human." She picks you up. Social for 200. This isn't Joe Party.
I wouldn't say I'm angry. I am feeling quite vengeful, though, so let's collect some of that drool, baby.
So vengeful and drool?
Yep.
A nice puddle of saliva has formed on the inside of your mouth.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Blah! Right on the neighbor.
Splash! A gooey stream showers your neighbor's face and hands while you give her a glassy-eyed smile. She places you back in the crib and excuses herself.
Because in this world, even as a baby, I never get mad. I get even. Alright, let's go bottom brain.
You're lying down in the crib while your mom and dad are speaking in the other room. You hear their voices deep and muffled from beyond the door. Why aren't they paying attention to you?
Gotta be sad, make some noise.
You begin to cry. This alarms your parents as is a negative way of attracting attention. Your dad comes in holding a bottle of warm milk, which satisfies you temporarily. Welp.
Gotta take the scenic route, so let's go bottom heart.
Alright. You have just awakened from a nice long nap. Your mom comes in the room and wants to hold you. What will you do?
Well, I'm too tired to do anything, so I'll be so sleepy I do nothing.
It's a dog's life, isn't it? Nothing to do all day except eat, sleep, and wonder what life will be when you're older. Does life really change after 2? Mom is coming closer.
Too busy sleeping. Just ignore.
Your mom tries to get your attention by making clicking noises with her mouth and calling you name.
Fine, if I pay attention to her, maybe she'll go away. I'll attend to her.
Alright. Your mom has coaxed you into attending to her. This makes her feel like she is being a good mother. She smiles at you.
Become sleepy.
Too tired to interact now? That's understandable. You did, however, pass up the opportunity for a rewarding social and emotional interaction.
Well, it's not my fault if I'm too tired to earn points for social interaction. I'm a goddamn baby.
Alright, what next?
Well, it's right there. It's calling my name. We gotta go for that crest, baby.
Family crest it is. It's time to go to Aunt Lucy's house. It's chilly outside, and you need to be dressed in a coverall type suit.
Of course, anyone who knows us men, we are difficult to raise at first, but get easier as the days go by. So I gotta be angry and resist. I
Alright.
just have to.
You react against being squeezed into this uncomfortable suit by crying and sending out long sirens of protest. Your grandmother graciously offers to help.
Well, if it's my grandma, I can't say no. Let's cooperate with her.
Alright. Grandma is calm, unlike your mom, who is currently in her wits' end. You are learning early in life that no one can supply the endless amount of goodies that Grandma can. Your arms and legs pop out of the suit like the first flower of spring, which secretly annoys your mom, who feels incompetent.
Nah, 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 nah. Left brain.
You are quietly playing with your father's brand new electronic calculator. Look, the back of it lifts up very easily.
Somehow I get the feeling this is going to lead with death scenes. So, for once, I'm going to be quite inquisitive and look but don't touch.
Your self-control is quite remarkable. Look at all those tiny little plugs and circuits. They pop out very easily. Want to go back and try again?
Sure, why not?
That's more like it. You remove everything that can be pulled out or unscrewed. You just wrecked that calculator. Wham!
8 hours and 50 butt spanks later.
A reminder that this game was made in the 80s, so yeah.
Alright, let's move forward and go for the leftmost heart.
Alright. Mom and Dad are entertaining some friends, and you are minding your own business sitting quietly in a corner of the room. Suddenly, a man with a big nose and a shiny head puts his face right up to yours and says something in a loud voice.
Well, I'm just a baby. I can't focus myself. I'm going to be terrified and scream in a loud voice.
Terror and scream?
Yep.
Ah! Your eyes bulge and your heart beats fast. You are startled. This is your first encounter with a person who is less than delicate in the social sense. Your mom and dad comforts you. Your dad comforts you and your mom leads the man back to bother the adults. You were saved by your parents. Congratulations.
Not bad, parents. You get a pass.
It's going okay.
Let's go for the rightmost heart.
Alright. You're sitting in
Also,
your...
how's it going, chat?
You're sitting in your high chair, eating your lunch, which consists of crackers, strained peas, and a mug of milk. You are just learning how to eat with utensils.
I'm gonna be curious and pick up the drinking cup.
Alright. First, you put the back end of the spoon in your mouth. You then lift the cup with both hands and try blowing through the spoon as if it were a straw. Nothing happens.
Hmm. Well, that's getting me nowhere. Let's find something else to do.
The strained peas look interesting. You can either taste or experiment.
Well, I did some experimentation before. Who says I can't continue my experimentation? Let's go for that.
Alright. First, you used a spoon to cover a small amount of the tray with the strained peas. Congratulations, you have learned to use a spoon. Next, you take the mug and press it down your pile of strained peas. Look at how the peas squish out from underneath the mug.
Oh, this has to be a tasty concoction. I'm gonna eat some.
Alright? Ugh, they are terrible. Physical stress increases slightly. Unfortunately, Mom feeds you the rest.
Bleh.
Not that way, old pie. Anyways, oh, we have our first physical card.
Let's go for the bottom social.
Alright. While being taken to the park, your dad meets an old college buddy who is wheeling a baby about your age. As the two dad talks, you casually begin to eye the baby in the other carriage.
I'm gonna say curious. Do nothing.
You have made an inappropriate response. Please choose again.
Really?
This does happen.
I'm trying to do the most logical thing in your See, even back in the day, everything was fucked. You know what? Fine. Fine. You want me to be curious? I'll poke that baby's eye. Let's do it.
So curious and put the finger near the other baby's face?
Yep.
A baby! You wonder if it has all the same parts as you. So do you want to touch the face or the arm?
I'll check the arm first.
The baby touches you back. You are exploring the environment and learning about one another. This causes your intellectual and social sphere to increase. You seem to like one another. You've made your first friend! Congratulations!
Yay!
Friendship. Friendship?
Again?
Well, it's not really again since it's the first one, but yeah.
Look, I can't stop Shao Kahn from saying again. It's just what he does.
Yeah.
Left heart.
Alright. Up until this point in life, Weasley Wabbit, your stuffed toy, has been one of your best friends. You take him everywhere with you, but he is beginning to get on in years. One of his eyes is torn off, and a recent eye injury has made his face look a little lopsided. It is suggested that Weasley should be retired. You wake up one day to discover Weasley has been moved from the place where you last spotted him. How do you feel about that? Your favorite stuffed toy has disappeared.
Panicky, cry. I'm just a baby. It's one of the closest things I've got.
How could you have given up on Weasley so soon? I know you are upset, but this is no time to panic.
Oh, I don't want to commit to it, but my God, that give up hope option is so tempting. Just saying. I gotta confront Mom about this.
You confront Mom with the fact that Weasley was not in the spot where he was last deposited. She claims to not have seen him either. Are you satisfied or not satisfied with that answer?
Oh, so Weasley Wabbit's gone? Well, I guess I can accept that. What do you think? I was born yesterday, Mom? Of course I'm not satisfied with that answer.
Wisely, you persist. This time, she tells you that Weasley left because he wanted to be with friends who were more like him. She tells you that the next week you will have a new visitor, a brand new friend who will be just as nice as Weasley. Are you satisfied or not satisfied?
Oh, so I got a new friend. That's nice and everything. But it's not the same as Weasley. It's not the same as him. Not satisfied.
Bravo! Don't fall for that line of bull. Parents are great at fabricating stories like this when they make mistakes. You will not get your Weasley Wabbit back, but your intelligence and perseverance in this situation makes it harder for your parents to tell you made-up stories to cover their mistakes. Congrats!
Eisen.
You called them on their
Parents.
bullshit.
0. Well, how old am I again?
Let's find out. Let's see your stats too. You are 1 year old and 4 months.
Oh, you know what that means. Happy birthday to me, baby.
And here's your primary stats. Obviously, vocational is not gonna go up until like the teenage or adult years, so don't worry about that one. And the other stats are not actually that bad. However, yeah, you're really not that gentle.
I came out aggressive. How could I be gentle?
And well, that's the money from the stocks.
Mm-hmm. And I get the feeling much like vocational. Nice to know, but not really going to play until much later in the series.
Vocational is basically regards to your working stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I kind of figured as much. But yeah, if I've already turned 1 month, 4 years, or no, scratch that, reverse it. 1 year, 4 months old, I gotta go in for a physical.
You're alone in the kitchen and begin exploring the closets and refrigerators.
I am quite adventurous. I gotta move towards that fridge.
You wonder if you're strong enough to open the refrigerator. You pull on the long handle, and the door swings open, hitting you in the head. This produces nasty swelling. You are a baby.
So want to ignore the pain and continue onward, but if I'm just a year old, that's gonna make me cry. So
it is technically your story. You can do whatever you want.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's ignore it.
Alright. Ouch. It really hurts, but look at all the smooth jars and shiny bottles. There are several delicious looking things within reach on the bottom shelf. A full can of whipped cream, a jar of red cherries, a jar of mayonnaise, and a bottle of red hot chili sauce. Which one would you like to taste?
Chili sauce, fuck yeah. No, we're not doing it. Let's go for the cherries.
You are too small to turn the cap on the jar of cherries. It slips through your fingers and falls on the floor, shattering into small pieces. The cherries leak out in a sticky stream. You touch one of them and cut your fingers on a piece of glass. Physically, you're a mess. Your head hurts and your fingers are bleeding. You cry and your mother comes into the kitchen. She tends to your wound that sends you back to the corner for being bad.
I just wanted a cherry. If you came to fed me, I wouldn't have done so.
And that did actually lower your physical stat. However, this encounter could have lowered it much, much more, trust me. But in any case, we're up here now.
Well, apparently, if I'm too small to open up a jar, I gotta work on my brain power, so let's go to the right.
You are touching something smooth and shiny. You pat it with your hand a few times.
I see this baby coming at me. I'm smacking it when I'm smacking it. I'm so damn confused, I gotta keep touching it.
It is flat and a little cool. Wait a minute, there's a baby in there. Who's that baby?
It looks like me. It dresses like me. It acts like me. And it sounds like me. It must be Opie.
So you want to say someone else?
we'll say someone else.
No, that's you. You're looking at yourself in the mirror. Isn't that a beautiful baby?
Well, if I didn't get the bump on my head, I probably would have. But nah, I got a bump on my head. Nah, I look horrible.
So no?
Yep.
Of course you are. All babies are beautiful. You do not have a very good self-image.
Look, I'm just prepping myself to be self-conscious about myself. I can't help it if you feel otherwise, game. Let's be more social.
Alright.
Bottom.
Bottom one? Okay. You are a guest at your friend Billy's house. His mom gives you both a box of crayons and 2 pieces of paper.
Well, I am feeling artistic. But she just gave me the piece of paper. She never said to draw on it. So I'm just going to draw in general.
Alright. You draw a large circle and swirl with black crayon on the paper. Oops! You drawn the expensive tablecloth.
Let's tell Billy about the spot.
Billy is a gracious host. He excuses you, then adds a stroke or two to your design. On the tablecloth, that is.
Heh.
So it could technically be considered his fault at that point, but hey, you're a baby, who knows?
How am I supposed to know? In fact, before we move on, let's add that. If I'm a baby, even if she told me to draw on the paper, who would just follow the command and draw on the paper?
Depends all
While you think about that, chat, I'm going to go for the heart on the right.
Alright. It is announced to you during a heart-to-heart talk that it is time for you to give up the bottle and drink from a glass like a big boy.
God damn it, Sites.
Oh my god. I just saw that. Oh, Jesus.
Of course, I was so focused on could you repeat what just happened?
It is announced to you during a heart-to-heart talk that it is time for you to give up the bottle and drink from a glass like a big boy.
I think I'm still a little too young. I want to be a bit stubborn and refuse.
How are you going to show your resistance?
Can't really just shove it away. And crying's for little sissies. After all, I'm practically 2s by now. I'm just gonna fold my arms in protest and say no.
No! A nice strong effort to fight for what you believe in. Since you are strong enough to put such a fuss, you are also old enough to get off the bottle.
Fuck yeah, let's suck on that thumb as a substitute.
Oh boy. This can be the beginning of a dependent personality. It can also give you wars. Just kidding.
Ha ha ha.
What next? Actually... Oh, you are not 2 years old. Yeah, okay.
Let's go for more brain power.
You are sitting in a large place, and a furry man walks up to you. He's walking around you in circles.
I'm gonna act a bit curious and talk to the furry man.
You yell out to the furry man, and he walks over you. He makes a noise that sounds like this. Roar. And he sits on your leg.
Really? You couldn't just sit next to my leg? You had to be right on top of it? You know, it's my leg. I gotta have it. Otherwise, how can I get blood flowing? I'm gonna try and push him off.
Alright. This man is heavy. He looks back at you while you are pushing him off and blows his nose right in your face.
Let's keep going in order.
Alright.
More social.
You are in a large department store waiting in line, and there is an extremely well-endowed woman standing in front of you. She smiles. It looks like she may be an interesting person to talk to.
Now, if I wanted to implant my brain into baby me, I'm going to be a little bit shy and just stay quiet.
The lady begins to ask you questions. You are shy and a little bit afraid of her. She begins to chat with your mom. Are you beginning to feel her more friendly to her?
Sure, why not? We'll give her a shot.
Which question would you like to ask her? Oh boy.
uh, Do you have a Doge?
Do you have a doggy? She tells you, no, a doggy. Only a cat. Oh, thank you, Opie, for the bit.
Why have a bottle when you can have
God
something
damn it,
better?
Opie.
Looks at mom's chest. Also, do
Anyway,
you have a husband?
you inform her that Daddy said that that's what they cook in the restaurant on the corner. Perhaps you're interested in asking something else. Which other question would you like to ask her? Which, for some reason, you can ask her the same question again.
So apparently, we're assuming baby version of me has the attention span of a goldfish. Well, I guess I can stop asking. Wait, why is my mouth still moving? Why am I still talking? Why am I asking if she has a thick skull like my dad does?
Alright. The lady giggle and Mom puts her hand over your mouth and says, shh, ack. Perhaps you're interested in asking something else. Would you like to ask another question?
Nah, I'm done now.
Stop asking. Okay. You have caused your mother enough embarrassment for one day. Alright.
So, yep, in order. So, bottom heart.
You are alone in your parents' bedroom. There is a shiny silver quarter on the table.
Okay, quarter, I'm gonna walk up to you. And if you end up in my pocket, it's your own fault. Let's be dishonest and take it.
Alright. It is really questionable as to whether a child your age can tell whether something like this is truly right or wrong. You have a vague sense that you shouldn't have picked it up. Your mother sees you stash something in your pocket. She asks what you have there. You say one of these choices.
Oh, I can't even make up something like, I have this ball of lint that's been in my pocket for some reason. No. I guess I've been caught. I may as well show her the quarter.
You're not so dishonest. In fact, you're being very trustworthy. It was a temptation you couldn't resist. You get a big hug for being honest after all. Hey!
Alright. Left crest.
Alright. Daddy says it's time to go to bed. How do you feel about that?
You know, I'm tempted to see, and this is not to be silly or anything. I want to see if the game rejects this. Feel tired and say I don't want to go to bed.
Dad tries to bribe you by offering a bedtime story.
It better be a good one, otherwise I'm marching right out of bed. I'll take it.
Dad tells you the story of the three bears. You have heard it a million times before, but when he tells it, it is always special. You fall asleep holding onto Dad's big finger. You fell asleep.
I wish I could add something there, but then again, Opie is here. Knowing him, he's going to finish that joke. Let's go for the right crest.
Alright. It's Saturday morning, and Dad asks you to help with some chore. The Super Duck cartoon hour has just begun.
Wonder if I could be... I don't want to be absolutely cranky. What if I'm passive and tell him I want to watch cartoons?
Alright. You're already under the trance of the TV set. That tries to encourage you away from the TV. Does it work?
He's got to use his bluff command, rolls a dice. Ooh, it's a 1. Critical fail. It doesn't work.
So that's a yes or no?
That's a no, it doesn't work.
Of course it doesn't. You're becoming a TV addict at a very young age. Before you know it, you will be staying up late watching All Odd Couples rerun.
Alright, let's go for left social at the bottom.
No problem. You are in a sandbox playing with your favorite toy. A larger, stronger child pulls it away from you and screams, "Mine!"
I'm gonna be angry, and I'm surprised it doesn't say try to grab it back, but we'll go grab it back.
Alright. The child seems much stronger than you. He puts 3 fingers in your mouth and tries to push you away. He's holding the metal toy above your head.
Well, I didn't come out fighting for nothing inside my mom's womb. I got a bite.
Crash! The metal toy comes down right on your head. Crash! Again! Crash! Again! You're beginning to feel dizzy. You cry out, "Crash! Crash!" He finally stops, but your head and face are covered with blood. His mother takes him away from before either one of your parents can tell what happened. He was a problem child with very aggressive tendency. He has done this to other children too. You were treated unfairly. Okay, not too bad. Okay.
Keep this up. I could be a member of the Toddler Fight Club.
Chance Stewie Griffin's gonna be there.
Oh, I don't know if he would join. He's got too much brain, not enough brawn to take part in that. Let's go for the heart.
You stupid motherfucker!
Thank you for the tips. Time to feed the fish. You pinch a small amount of fish food between your fingers and tap on the glass. There is no sign of Gabriella. Gabriella in this case is the name of your fish.
Now, where is that darn fish? I'm going to keep looking at him while being utterly confused.
You put your hand in the fishbowl and look for Gabriella. She's stuck under a rock. She is stiff and her eyes are puffed out. You think that she might be sick.
Now remember, kids, don't try this at home because unlike you, I'm a professional idiot. Let's take Gabby out.
Oh boy. You take Gabby out of the bowl and keep her with you in a secret place. Every once in a while, you put her in the bowl to see if she will swim, but she just floats along the top of the water. You bring her a small piece of food and put it in her mouth. You're taking good care of her, but she's dead. By the time your mom finds out, you already understand more than what she can explain to you. Baby
later,
Eizen.
you see me in a dark corner of the room, smoking a cigarette. I've seen weird shit, man. Brain power.
The brain. You're in the back seat of the car during a very long ride.
I'm surprised there's no cranky option, so I'll go for the next best thing. Be super active and ask questions.
You can ask the following questions. Where are we going? Or are there babies there?
I'm surprised there's no stereotypical "Are we there yet?" that you can use multiple times. But then again, that would too closely simulate real life. I'll just ask, are there babies there?
Mom says there might be, but just the family is going away on their trip to the mountains. She takes out a book that has pictures of mountains and animals. She points to one with stripes. She says, "What is this?" You answer, "A tiger or a zebra."
We're going on an African safari in the mountains. There's definitely zebras there.
No, Mom points out, "That's a tiger. Here's the zebra." This learning business is tough. Don't worry, things will be much easier to learn when you get a little older. That happened.
You know, I so badly want to make a joke that I know Opie will join me in. Baby Eisen is far too young to make that kind of a joke, so let's just move on with the physical at the bottom.
Alright.
And I just realized I made another joke. God damn it.
You're eating.
Damn me!
You're eating at the house of one of your parents' friends. You were told by your mother to be on your best behavior. Something that you ate has disagreed with you, and now you feel very sick. You have no choice to be queasy, but what are you gonna do about it?
I think I'm gonna try and find the bathroom myself.
Alright.
Although, Zenshin, I am very tempted to do that.
So, final answer?
Yep, final answer.
It is a large, unfamiliar house. You find a room, but it's not a bathroom. If you get sick here, no one will know. Blech! Getting sick like that is difficult to hide. You are discovered and everyone feels sorry for you. The person who has to clean it up feels less sorry for you than everyone else. Sounds like not Baby Eisen's problem.
Look, she said to be on my best behavior. What can I do? After all, if memory serves, according to the timeline, I am still, say it with me, folks, just a baby.
Yeah, a baby of 2 years and 7 months. And your gentle stats is way down.
Okay, I wanted to be just a dick. I keep this up, I might be a full-blown asshole. Right, family crest.
You are still not completely familiar with using the toilet. It is still quite fascinating to you. You've just finished, and you have cleaned yourself like a big boy. What are you gonna do now?
Well, it's there as an option. I gotta pull a baby Plucky. Be playful and curious, and watch the toilet paper go down the hole.
Whoosh! You watch a long ribbon of paper spin and disappear into the bowl.
Do it again.
Alright. You pull about 30 feet of toilet paper off the roll and flush the bowl. It fills up all the way to the top with water, then comes rushing out on the floor. As soon as the mother comes rushing out, Mom rushes in. You stand there looking at your mother with your index finger hooked into your bottom lip. The cutesy routine doesn't work. You're sent directly to your room. Welp.
Look, I just know two things. I use toilet paper, it goes down the hole. You can't blame me if it didn't go down this time. Just saying.
What is next?
And again, I've gotten into trouble. I can't even keep track of how many times. All those spankings, I gotta go in for a physical.
Alright, The phone rings while Daddy is ironing a shirt. He must leave you alone in the room with the iron.
I can so tell this is a death. I can so tell it's a death. So desperately want to do this. Cautious, play quietly, final answer. God,
Alright.
to do that.
Dad realizes that you're alone with the hot iron and calls you into him. You run into the room and trip over the iron core. The iron wobbles but remains uptight. You have avoided getting hurt.
Damn, apparently I got high enough dexterity to not get hurt by that. Bottom social.
Alright. Today is Dad's birthday and you would like to make him breakfast. What are you gonna do?
Well, speaking of, I'm pretty sure Gordon Ramsay has released a toddler version of MasterChef Junior. It's gonna be top-notch stuff. Let's be more down to earth for real. We'll be practical and try to make cereal.
You don't know how to be practical yet, silly. Why don't you ask Mom for some help?
Oh, for the sake of anything, fine.
So, okay?
Yes, I'll do the game. Whatever you say, Mama Alter Ego.
Mom won't let you do exactly what you want, but helps you with make Dad a nice breakfast. This makes him feel terrific. Good job.
Yeah, she made the breakfast. The plan to make the breakfast. That was my idea, Mom. You can't steal my thunder. Let's go for the crest.
Dad must get his teeth fixed, and you must go with him to the dentist. Mom is busy at work, and Dad couldn't find a sitter. You sit in the waiting room for a very, very long time. Dad must run out and put money in the parking meter. Dad sits you on the floor, gives you a magazine to leaf through, and tells you to behave. What will you do?
I think I got my ass into enough trouble for the time being. Still gonna do it, but not for a while. So I'll be patient and remove shoes.
Alright. And apparently that's an inappropriate response.
Mischievous remove shoes.
Alright. Now you're feeling a bit more comfortable. A nosy lady spies on you from the corner of her eye. What's she looking at? Your sock is crooked.
Look, if it makes you feel that bad, lady, I'll get rid of the sock.
Alright. Funny thing about sock, the way they stretch all the way out before they snap off your feet. You decide to take the both of them off. The lady looks at you again. Where's Dad?
You know, it's funny. They usually have those doors that are supposed to be closed all the way. This one's open up slightly. I gotta go through that door and see if the nurse on the other side can tell me where he is.
Alright. The nurse sees you and gives you a big kiss. She points to a big box full of toys and asks you to go pick one out for yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick two, and by two I mean I'm holding up one finger, so take one.
Alright.
I is bad at math.
That was very polite of you considering she really wasn't looking and you could have stuffed another one in your pocket. You're becoming a very trustworthy little boy. Good job. Raising your stats.
Social. Oh my. Well, gotta keep moving forward. So, along the path, bottom social.
By the way, I'm just gonna say for the baby routes, you won't be able to do them all, but I'm just saying. But yeah, still social bottom. A group of your parents' closest friends have come over for dinner. You are fed early and put upstairs to entertain yourself.
Gonna be a little bit curious and try and sneak downstairs.
Alright. You can't get downstairs. Mom put a special fence in front of the stairs. It might be fun to see what you can do upstairs while that your parent would normally not allow you to do. If you have to stay upstairs, you might as well have some fun, right?
Okay, I'm gonna avoid the obvious middle opie option. And again, I want to be a dick, but not an asshole. So I'll go for the next best thing: jumping on the bed.
All right. Boing, 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 crash! You fall off the bed and land on the floor, knocking your head on the bedpost. Your mom rushes up the stair. You're more afraid than in pain, but you get a lump on your head, just the same. You sit on the couch downstairs for the rest of the night. This isn't as much fun as you thought it would be. And you've just passed through infancy. A brief look at your life, up to the spine, shows the following. Your family life has been positive and nurturing. As a result, you have begun to form the critical bonds that are important during this phase of life. Physically, you have been not a very healthy baby. Socially, during this phase in life, nothing much is really expected of you. After all, you're still much too young to throw a successful cocktail party, and frankly, anyone who still dribbles on himself probably would make the ideal dinner guest. However, by now, there are something you should have mastered. Your progress in this area shows. You have been the type of child who charms the lollipops of people. You have been the type of child who is huggable and gets his cheeks pinched by old ladies with bright red lipstick. Now, regarding your emotional and personality development.
Here we go.
You're a fairly trustworthy little boy, making your share of exploratory excursion into the world of the unknown and forbidden, the bedroom and under the kitchen sink. Your folks could trust you in most cases, but when all of the chocolates have one bite taken out of them, it is a fair guess whose teeth marks have made those jagged impressions.
It was obviously Wolfie. He did it. I did nothing. You can't prove anything.
Your thoughtfulness characteristic really doesn't count for much in this module. Most children often find themselves at the mercy of their whims and impulses. You're allowed to be cranky now. People will tolerate it much better than when you're a teenager. Then your whining and carrying on will seem more objectionable. One thing about your character that has a tendency to put people off is your aggressiveness. You're the type of baby who likes to pull on loose pieces of clothing, hair, and any bulbous fleshy object that come within your reach. You're going to have to learn the meaning of make nice. That wraps up your status for the first module. I hope you like yourself. If not, you can always try to improve yourself in the modules to come. There's plenty of time. It's time for childhood.
Wooty woot.
And we have still the same things. I'm going to make a save. And let's look at your stats. You're 4 years old. These are your primary stats. As they say, physical is not that great. And,
vocational.
yeah.
And as far as gentleness, the less said the better.
Alright, so where do you want to start?
You know, we haven't seen that much of them compared to the rest of our journey through infancy. Let's go for the right family crest.
At the bottom?
Yep.
While you're playing quietly in your room, you're startled by loud muffled sounds coming from someplace else. It seems that your parents are having a terrible fight over something. Your father's deep voice seems to be shaking the whole house. Your mother's piercing screams sound like she's being terribly.
Okay, kids, today's secret word is divorce. That's pretty much what's going on right now. Uh, hmm, hmm, hmm. Gonna feel a bit disturbed and see what's happening.
The yelling gets louder and louder, then suddenly everything is quiet. When you see your parents later, they act as if nothing has happened. Mom's hair is puffled and she seems to be very tired. You can't seem to figure out what has happened. Or can you?
No, 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 we can't.
Not as a
It's not giving
child.
me the option, so of course it's not gonna tell us.
Not as a child, but
Yeah.
Opie has the answer.
Let's go for upper right heart.
This one?
Yep.
You have been invited to sleep over at your best friend's house. This is your first sleepaway experience.
You know, it might just be a region thing. Where I come from, we call them sleepovers. Just getting that on the floor. I'm gonna say definitely mixed feelings,
Alright.
and then ask parents if they're still gonna be here when I get back.
Alright. Your asking is an emotionally mature way of resolving the ambivalence you are experiencing. Jokingly, Dad says, "No, we're going off to the space shuttle to spend a weekend on the moon. You can do one of these." Your first experience of dad jokes.
So disappointed there's no third option to say, oh, great, you get to go to space. I just get to go to my friend's house. How dare you, Dad? Um, yeah, I'll take his sarcasm. I'll go anyway.
This is an unrealistic choice since children your age usually don't understand the meaning of such joke. Either you really don't care if they're taking a trip to the moon, or you are super smart for your age. I can see by your status sheet that you are smart enough to know that this is just a joke. Have a good time.
Well, I'm glad to see this game hasn't insulted my intelligence. Any more so than it already has. Hard to the left.
This one?
Yep.
Your mom is in the bathtub taking a nice relaxing bath. You're playing quietly in your room. All of a sudden, the doorbell rings. Mom doesn't seem to hear it.
I'm surprised there's no yell mostly. Ma, someone's at the door. Uh, let's just be nonchalant and tell mom.
Like a good little boy, you tell mom that the doorbell is ringing. She tells you to ask, "Who is it?" without opening the door. You learn the valuable response of not allowing strangers in your home, which makes you smarter. Congratulations!
Whoa. Actually, before we move on, speaking of strangers, there's this little story I gotta tell. My parents would always tell me when it came to stranger danger, never go with a stranger, even if they offer you candy. My two of my older brothers would say no to that. The second oldest, if a stranger offers you candy, his response was, "What kind of candy does he have?"
Oh my god.
Just got to get that out there.
Wow.
All right, moving onward. Scrolling up the bottom left, family crest.
Alright. Might as well scroll like that then. An exciting movie is on television. The whole family is in the living room watching it. You get up to get a drink of water and return to find that all of the good seats have been taken.
I'm going to be a bit devious and tell Mom that the doorbell's ringing.
Mom! She falls for it. She rushes to the door, and you jump on her seat. When she realizes what you have done, she goes over and sits on the top of that. Everyone seems a bit happier now. Hey!
Heh. You know what? Again, another Opie joke coming by. Gonna avoid it. Let's just go for the physical.
Alright. You arrive at the dentist and discover that you have 4 rather large cavities that need to be filled.
I wonder, can I be frightened and block out those sensations?
Let's see. Your status suggests that emotionally you are not capable of performing such a feat. The pain sneaks into your consciousness, but is not unbearable. This experience will toughen you for next time.
Because, I'm already tough as it is, with me being not so gentle. Why not work on my mind as well? Let's go for the left family crest.
Your dad has promised that he will fix your bicycle. He's taking a nap, so he's not doing anything. Now seems like a good time to remind him.
Maybe it's because of the men that bond together. I like being more of an ass towards my mom. So for Dad, I'm going to be patient and sweet and tap him on the shoulder.
You tap Dad rapidly on the shoulder and say, "Dad?" next to his ear, but he doesn't seem to move. You can do this.
Let's shake him a little bit.
You say, "Dad, oh Dad." You move him back and forth. He is very heavy. All of a sudden he makes a loud snorting sound. He looks glassy-eyed. You can...
Oof, all that glassy eyes. I think it's best I leave him be. Get him when he's in a better state.
Dad isn't feeling too energetic right now, but when he wakes up, he fixes your bike.
Whoa. Alright, let's go for bottom right social.
Alright. One of your playmates is the daughter of your mother's friend. Her name is Cindy. One day, while you and Cindy are alone, you become very curious about one another. Cindy suggests that you play a make-believe game of doctor.
And I know you're still here, Opie. I got those PTSD flashbacks of that scene. Let's be shy and say you can be the doctor first.
You've made an inappropriate response.
Really? Really? What about bold? You can be the doctor first.
Cindy seems to be full of good ideas, so why not go with it? She requests that you remove good clothes and lie down on the operating table. You take off your clothes, and Cindy gives you a true examination. You think you might be doing something wrong, but it's great fun. When it is your turn to be doctor, Cindy takes off her clothes and you compare the similarities and the difference in their respective anatomies. She definitely has a major part missing. You suspect that she broke it off by accident one day. So yeah, that was different.
Honestly, I'm surprised this didn't happen during Opie session, where it wasn't, because in his session it was abruptly ended, and here it just kind of went in, and it's now making the adult me right now feel awkward and uncomfortable. But now, after knowing that she's missing a part that apparently broke off, I have several questions to the doctor. Let's go for a physical.
Yep. Okay. While rummaging around in the kitchen drawer, you come across a book of matches.
God damn it! Oh, bye.
God damn.
Look, I know we're streaming for adults here, but just in case any children are watching these streams, do not, I repeat, do not Google search that.
Yeah, he's not joking. Do not.
So let's go for curious, and I repeat, do not search that word up. Curious and light one in the kitchen.
Alright. You're mesmerized by the spark and flash of the match as you strike it. You let the flame burn down the shaft of the match, then blow it out and light another. The kitchen air soon becomes smudgy by the pungent sulfur odor. The smoke alarm rings and sends your mother scurrying to check what's happening. You're grounded for a week.
Yay.
Well.
Oh, well, at least it's a week to check out those Super Duck oh, wait, that show's been canceled. Damn it. Whole week gone by, no reward. Let's go for middle social.
Alright, this one?
Yep.
At school, all of your friends are talking about a television program that you could not stay up to watch. A friend asked if you saw it.
I'm going to feel unashamed and say, yeah, I watched it. It was really great.
You are a confident liar. Your status sheet suggests that this is becoming a strong part of your personality. For now, your dishonesty remains undetected. That actually ended That actually ended better than the version Opie got.
Keep this up. I'll have my poker face ready. Let's go for bottom right crest.
You have just been ordered to bed by your parents in the middle of your favorite television show.
Well, it's coming to the best part about the show. I gotta be desperate and at least beg for 10 more minutes.
The begging routine doesn't work. They're too tired to hear it. You're sent to bed anyway.
Damn.
Sorry.
Continuing down that path, the right crest.
Alright. It's time to get raffle tickets for the school baseball team again.
I'm gonna feel motivated and enlist my dad's help.
What a team! You move from door to door with confidence, selling 4 whole books in less than an hour. It's a powerful bonding experience that strengthens family ties. You go out for an ice cream soda to celebrate your successful partnership. Hey!
Let's go social on the left.
Alright. Your best friend challenges you to a rock throwing competition.
Why would I want to throw a rock competition? I mean, that's a stupid. Oh, he's got a weak arm. Oh, it is on. Super competitive, accept the challenge, baby.
Alright. After several minutes of rock throwing for distance, your friend keeps beating you. Your friend dares you to throw a rock onto the roof of the apartment building across the street.
Yeah, I'll totally do it, but only if he does it first.
Alright. He has no problem. Now it's your turn. You can do it or not.
Wait, why did I do this competition again? This is stupid. You're stupid. I'm quitting.
Alright. Your friend calls you a chicken.
Okay, you know what? Screw you guys. I'm going home. Alright, let's go for a physical.
Alright. While you're outside playing alone, a car pulls over to the side of the road and the driver motions for you to come over. You notice the license plate says OBO237.
You know, I was going to make a live alive joke, but then I realized, oh, wait, it's ODO, not OBO. So, damn, I can't even make that joke.
Nope.
I'm going to be suspicious and stay where I am.
He motions for you to come closer. He has a nice enough face. You hear him say that he is a policeman looking for a friend of yours. He asks if you will get in and help him find your friend. So, what will you do now?
It's not showing me a badge or anything, so how can I take his word for trust? I'm just gonna not run, but walk away.
You move away from the man, suspicious that he might not be telling the truth. This is smart. Intellectual sphere rises sharply. This man hurts children.
Well, you can't hurt me, mister. Did you not see my past moments? I'm doing plenty of the hurting myself. Let's go for the heart.
You've just turned off the television set and your room is pitch black. Through the shadows, you notice that your closet door is open just a crack. You can almost see the image of a black hooded axe murderer squinting at you through the door. He is waiting for you to close your eyes and fall asleep. In the quiet of the night, you can hear his hoarse breath making deep gurgling sounds. You look away from the door, then look back. It's open a bit farther than it was the last time. If you can only make it to the closet and shut the door tight, you know he won't be able to get out and murder you in your sleep. The morning light will destroy him, so you won't have to worry about seeing him when you wake up.
Okay,
What will you
now
do?
here's the thing. You might be a black hooded axe wielding murderer that's gonna slaughter me, but as for me, I'm a man! Now, me on the other hand, I'm just a calm person who's just gonna sneak out of bed.
Alright. Eh? Okay. Apparently that's an inappropriate response. I guess the calm option would be to just go to sleep.
You know what? Let's try calm, get help.
That's also inappropriate.
Well, you know what? You can't see it, alter ego. Double deuce. Just giving that to you right now. Fine, I'll be calm and go to bed.
Go to sleep.
Fresm, but
You don't have much of an imagination, do you? You're only young once. You could be locked up for imagining these things later, so live a little.
again, double deuce game. You know, I'm leaving them in pain right now. I better show them appreciation. Lower left crest.
Alright. There is one more ice pop in the freezer that needs to be saved for another family member. Your mouth waters at the thought of this cool, tasty treat.
I'm curious about something, because knowing this game's reputation, I know it's not going to work. Hungry, leave it alone.
You are learning to be the master of your impulses. This is good practice for adolescents, which often presents you with goodies that are much harder to resist. It actually did let you do it.
I'm surprised it didn't say inappropriate match. I would have bitten that lollipop popsicle out of spite. Let's keep riding the crest train on the left.
All right. Your family and all are all waiting for you to come out after school. You have a ton of homework, and you've been watching television since you came home. On your way out of your mother asks, "Did you do all your homework?"
Yes. No. Maybe. I don't know. You're asking me too many questions. I'll be semi-honest and say a little left.
All right. Semi-honest is the truthfulness equivalent of semi-pregnant. Your mother says, "Finish what you have left before you go out." Welp.
At least it's not scolding me, so I guess I'll take it for what it's worth. Yeah, moving forward, let's work on the brain.
You are in the candy store buying candy with a $5 bill given to you by your mother. Your bill comes to 50 cents. The man gives you back change, but no dollar.
I'll be confused and question the man.
Alright. Sorry. The man tells you that you gave him a $1 bill. You can...
Yeah. I don't know how to tell you this, sir, but 5 is a bigger number than 1. I might have just blown your mind, and I'm sorry. I have to strongly disagree with that.
Alright. He says, "Come on now, kid. I told ya. Now get the beep out of here." You can...
Well, you know what? I'm going to go and get some help. And quite frankly, you should get some help too.
Who do you go for help?
Well, I could go all the way home and go get my mom for this, but there's a policewoman on in the corner. Why not ask her?
Alright. You tell the policewoman the story. She inquires about the incident. The store owner says, "Listen, Toots, the little brat gave me a 1. This was the wrong thing to say to the policewoman." She makes the man check the cash register. He has $4 more than he should. The policewoman calls the station house and finds out that he has done this 3 times in the last week. 2 weeks later, the store is shut down. It was a front for a numbers racket. The store owner is never referred from again. I wonder why. Little Kid Eizen just burst the racket. Good job. For $4.
Well, yeah, I stopped his racketeering. Who cares about that shit? I'm $4 richer, baby. Yeah. So to
Big
my
black
immediate
tip.
right, so in the middle.
Alright. The boy who sits next to you in school has just passed you a note folded in a tight square. He motions to you to read it. You look around the room. Miss Hennessy, the meanest teacher in the school, has her back to the class. The note says, "What has more crust than the entire surface of the earth?"
I'm gonna say curious, staring, and crumple it up.
Alright. Inappropriate.
Of course. Be reluctant and throw it away.
The noise attracts Miss Hennessy's attention. She begins walking down the aisle and your heart begins to race. She looks you squarely in the eye. The smell of her perfume is so overpowering it could kill you all by itself. You cough. She says, "Can't you use that scrap paper for something else before you throw it away? Protect our natural resources!" You breathe a sigh of relief.
Tree-hugging hippie, I bet you. $5, that's what she is.
What next?
Let's go for the family crest.
It's a hot sunny day. You and a friend are sitting around trying to think of something to do. Dad is sitting in the shade, snapping on a chair. You get a great idea. Let's play a practical joke on Dad.
Shame too, because like I said before, I'm nicer to my dad and kind of a dick towards my mom. So I'm gonna have second thoughts. And let's let Dad sleep.
Alright. You and your friend have even more fun talking about all the things you could do to Dad. The fantasies are much more fun and never wind up by having Dad spank you. When Dad wakes up, he sees you and your friend giggling and can't understand why you keep calling him names like old foot.
Hey, Dad, how you doing, old hotfoot? Eh?
Eh?
Oh, great. Fun fact, my dad's apparently Tim Allen. Let's go for physical.
Alright. You need eyeglasses. The first day you wear them in school, everyone calls you Four Eyes. Your parents refuses to get you contact lenses.
I'm gonna feel so hurtful that I will refuse to wear them glasses.
You chose not to wear glasses. Now you will miss work that is presented on the blackboard. Your school grade and intellectual sphere declines. Lots of social coming up.
Too bad, so sad. Yeah, stay on the path, the left social.
Alright. Your teacher and your mother have traded recipes for an upcoming bake sale. Before you leave school, your teacher asks if you would be kind enough to run a booth at the bake sale, especially for her. Immediately, your friend begins to snicker behind your back.
I bet I can't be... Wow. I could say I'm flattered, but it's the second set of options that's throwing me for a loop. Because I can't just be flattered and say, that's a nice offer, but I'll pass. The only next best thing is, I'm not going to do no stupid bake sale.
Sounded like Cartman.
Fun fact, too, Baby Eisen is apparently the next Cartman.
Well, technically, you're not a baby anymore.
Yeah. I guess I'll be embarrassed yet compliant and say, yes, ma'am.
Your friend calls you a brows and nose and the teacher's pet. Your current level of hostility suggests that this would make you lash out at them. You get into a fist fight with one of the other boys and the teacher takes you off the cell. Well, you technically got off the cell.
Oh my god, Eisen, what happened to you? I got in a fist fight, but don't worry, I won. You should have seen the look on the other kid's face. Let's go for the middle social.
Right. Melissa Harper is the prettiest girl in your class. You have been giving each other the eye for about 2 weeks now. You are all set to ask her for a date when your best friend, who happens to be taller and better looking at you, confesses that he cannot sleep at night because of her. He asks your advice on the best way to ask her for a date, unaware that you too are smitten by her. How are you feeling about this?
You know what? I'm going to be frank about my feelings and admit that I like her too. Although I am a bit hesitant because my name's Eisen, not Frank.
Bringing your feelings out into the open prevents you from acting on them in a destructive way. You can
I think he got drowned out there.
Hmm?
I think Videotron. I couldn't hear that option, and I'm not surprised if Videotron's having an option. Yep, looks like it.
Stupid fucking provider, piece of shit. I hate it. Ugh. Why? There's nothing happening. Alright. Just gonna wait for this to come back now.
Right.
One of these days. Anytime you're ready, provider. Come on. One of these fucking days. Okay. Take us back. Sorry for the interruption, garbage provider. Anyways, so bringing your feelings out into the open prevents you from acting on them in a destructive way. You can agree to both try or agree not to interfere.
Well, first of all, let me get this out of the way. This is just further proof that tells you if people say Y2K never happened, it's slowly but surely happening. Food for thought, folks. Agreed that we both try to ask her out.
Alright. This doesn't sit comfortable with either you or your friend. You both decided that your friendship is more important than a date with Melissa. And you both give up.
So on the right.
Right? Your friend has borrowed $1 from you and has been promising to pay you back for weeks. Every time you asking off for the money, he puts you off.
I think I'm gonna be patient and have a discussion about the money.
Alright. During the discussion, you tell your friend that he can be back next week, help with some yard work, or forget.
Well, that $1 is really good to me, but if you help me with some hard work, I'm willing to let that slide.
So yard work it is. You will surely be a great businessman when you get older. The work he does is worth far more than $1, which you probably would have spent on junk food anyway.
Heh 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 heh. We'll go for brain power.
Alright. Oh boy, who founded the American Federation of Labor? A reminder that he has the access for a panic button.
You know, it's funny. I'm not hearing any alarms, and I know I pressed the panic button.
So, panic button it is.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Alright, one-time use.
That was the one-time use for this scenario.
Yeah. Then I come across the next one. Son of a bitch. I bet you dollars to donuts that's going to happen in this scenario at least one more time. Keep going down the path. Left social.
Warning, this episode contains subject matter of a sexual nature. Do you wish to continue? Yes or no?
Okay, I know you're here, Opie. Get those clips ready. Moving onward.
Alright. You're in the house alone. While you're exploring the drawers, you notice a stack of Playboy magazines underneath a pile of clothing.
Well, considering it was buried under clothing, I'm going to consider it a hidden treasure. Of course I'm going to be interested and examine it.
The middle page falls out to show a woman with dark hair and very large breasts sitting on the edge of a bed and combing her hair. Her legs are apart. What is your reaction to this?
Immediate reaction. Opie, what are you doing in this magazine?
A reminder that he's still a kid.
And since I'm still a kid, who age-wise, I'm not even close to the 10s, so...
I don't know, we probably would need to check, honestly, but, yeah.
You know what, just for ha-ha's sakes, let's check.
We can't. Not during the event.
Oh, yeah, we can't. Then I'll just assume I am filled with several questions and extremely confused.
Alright. You ask yourself many questions. Do all women look like this? How old do you have to get before meeting someone like this? What is this strange feeling I have in my pants? You can take out the centerfold or leaving it alone.
I tried to keep it in. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Opie, this is Eizen's story. He'll do what he wants.
It should be my decision and my decision alone. But just for you, Opie, this one time I'll do option 1. Take it.
The centerfold girl becomes your favorite fantasy. Enjoy what you can. You might find it hard to believe, but a woman like this only exists in Fantasyland. You almost never meet them at the bus stop or in the supermarket. You're 9 years and 8 months, by the way.
I was right. I wasn't even in the preteen years, so I was right.
Your intellectual stuff has actually gone down. And gentleness is still going now. Oh my god.
Holy fuck.
What's next?
To be social or not to be social? Family Crest.
You just receive a $25 as a present. Your mother tells you that you can either put it in your own piggy bank or give it to her to hold for you. So, AK, do you want to do Pokemon Gen 2 stuff or not?
Let's see, if I was... it would have been... I don't even think Pokemon came out in the US at that time.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Far from it, actually. That was 86 after all.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, since my mom, be suspicious and keep it to myself.
You don't have the self-control to spend it wisely. When you run out of money and ask your mother for more to go to the movies, she says, if you would have given me the money in the first place, you would still have some left for the movie. You'll have to stay home now.
Well, fuck.
Too bad.
Middle heart.
While walking around in the store with your friend, you notice that he sneaks a small item into his pocket. You ask him what he's doing, and he tells you how easy it is to shoplift, saying they never check kids.
I guess I could do it. It won't happen to me. I won't get caught. 1, 2, 3, foreshadowing! I'm gonna be honest and urge him to put it back.
You refuse to steal and tell him that he had better put back what he stole. You can turn him to the manager or keep trying to convince him.
I'm not completely an honest person, but I do want to try and be the better man, so I'm going to turn him in.
Alright. You're positive that if he gets caught, you will also get in trouble. You tell the manager that he has stolen something. Your friend calls you a traitor and punches you in the stomach, but you feel like you have done the right thing. Physical sphere shows a slight decrease, but trustworthiness and anxiety both increase.
Boo! Anxiety decreases. But yay! I'm more physically fit!
Except it was the opposite.
Yeah,
You gained anxiety.
Let's go top social.
This one?
Yep.
Alright. Mr. Quincy is the toughest teacher in your school. One day, you forget to put your homework in with the rest of your items you need for school. Quincy asks where your homework is. You tell him you forgot it. He says, "Come on now, you can't be more creative than that. Why don't you tell me something more believable like, Mr. Quincy, I did my homework, but my dog threw up on it." Everyone in your class laughs hard at your expense. Mr. Quincy gives you a punishment assignment to do in addition to the work you have not ended it. He says, "What have you got to say for yourself now, mister?"
Oh my. Oh my.
No influence, no
At
influence.
this point, it is going to get me in severe trouble. I can already tell severe trouble if I get angry and say, "Fuck you, Banksy." So I'm just going to act depressed and say nothing.
You have been unfairly treated, and you have let it get you down. Children often feel powerless when they are treated like this by adults. Hopefully, you'll keep this in mind for later.
Well, ordinarily, I would say go for the heart, but after that sort of depression, I think I need to go see a psychiatrist. Let's go for therapy.
So, physical?
By which I mean the physical.
A very aggressive boy starts an argument with you and challenges you to a fight after school. Everyone whispers about the big fight. It looks like there will be a large crowd watching.
You know what? I'm going to be a tough guy and show up.
The boy shoves you hard in the shoulder, knocking you off balance. He punches you in the face and neck. He is more used to this than kind of thing that you are. Suddenly, you see that he has left himself open in the face and stomach areas.
Let's see if I can channel my inner Bruce Lee and give him a soul punch to the stomach.
Alright. Your punch lands with a thump. It doesn't seem to have any effect on him at all. He laughs at you, then proceeds to beat you up. You're left with a bloody nose and many cuts and bruises. Ugh.
I'm bleeding, making me the victor.
No.
I know. It's a Kung Pao reference.
I know.
Wham, wham, wham.
But, yeah, that's, that's going down still.
Mm-hmm. Go for the heart.
Alright. The family dog has been acting a little peculiar lately, and no one can figure out why. Some of your fellow family members suggest that maybe it should be given away, or worse, put to sleep. Dad delivers an ultimatum. The dog must shape up or ship out. You are the only one in the house who can take the responsibility for getting him back in shape.
You know what? I should take the responsibility and train my dog.
Alright. You spend every available minute keeping an eye on the dog, rewarding him for good behavior and keeping him out of trouble. One day, when you return home from school, you smell what can only be the dog's byproducts. Number 2 to be specific. And the smell is emanating from your parents' bedroom. You enter the bedroom to find the dog sleeping peacefully in the corner and a sculpture sitting squarely atop Dad's favorite pillow. Fortunately, no one's home. You can do one of these things.
Well, I gotta do all I can to save my dog. I'm gonna wash it.
Alright. You scrape the sculpture off the pillow and throw it away outside the house. The pillow and pillowcase is left with a large brown and smelly ring. After 3 machine washing, your mother keeps yelling, "What are you doing down there?" The smell comes out of the pillowcase, but the pillow still has the stain. Not only that, the pillow now weighs 30 pounds because it's waterlogged. It will never be dry by the time Dad gets home. What will he do?
Well, I really should get back at my mom, but at this point, I am left with little options. I'm gonna swallow my pride and ask for help. My God, I haven't even had a single sip of alcohol, and already I'm talking like I'm drunk.
She is very sympathetic. As it turns out, Dad couldn't tell his favorite pillow from a pile of bricks. She makes a quick substitution, and all is well. You're saved by your mom!
Whoa.
What's next?
Bottom middle social.
The latest craze is wearing a dog collar around your neck with a t-shirt proclaiming your dog name. You have just spent $5 on a shirt that says Fifi Rex the Mad Mongrel, and have borrowed one of your dog's collar. On the way out of the house, your mother says, "Do you think you're going out to school with that ridiculous getup now?"
Not sure if that option's gonna work, but if it doesn't, I could always go with the opposite. Inattentive, walk back into the room, putting regular clothes.
Inappropriate response.
Kind of figured as much. Attentive, walk back.
Once you're back in there, you can...
Just change and forget about it.
Alright. Your friends at school says you have no guts and refuse to allow you to hang around with them. How do you feel about this?
Oh man, I could have been with one of my own home dogs out there. Then again, I tried dog food before. It doesn't really taste that good. I guess I'll get over it.
Once you're away from the group for a while, you realize that most of the cool school things, they are a bunch of jerks. You find a new bunch of friends who are more willing to accept you for who you are.
Not a total loss, I suppose. Brain power.
You're gonna have to do this one!
What did I just tell you?
Who is the founder of modern chemistry? The panic button has been used.
Can I get a do-over? Survey says. You know what? At this point, I took my punishment. I may as well accept it. Let's go for middle, because I don't know.
Lavoisier, you're correct. Who is the founder of modern psychiatry?
There's no Sigmund Freud option, but we'll go for the next best thing, S. Freud.
I mean, I think that's actually what it is. You're correct! Who was the first American in space?
Ooh.
Not on the moon, just in space.
I think I remember this. I initially want to say John Glenn, but I think it was Alan Shepard.
You are correct.
That's
Who
what I
is
thought.
the inventor of the telegraph?
Is it the same person who invented the Morse code? No, it couldn't be. I'll go for S. Morse.
You are correct. He was the Austrian-born founder of the Ethical Culture Society.
This one, I'm not gonna be surprised if I get it wrong. Not sure why, but Adler is speaking to me, so I'm gonna go with that.
You're correct. Who takes over as president if both the president and the vice president die?
It's probably not the right answer. I'm going to go with defense.
You are not correct.
I should have known. It was probably Speaker of the House.
I think it is,
well.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well. I'm surprised.
You still got most of them right.
I was BSing most of them, and somehow I got those right. We'll go for the social underheart.
Alright. Warning, this episode contains subject matter of a sexual nature. Do you wish to continue?
Yeah, we feel bad about pulling that quiz BS on you. Here, have some sexual content. Yes, hope no kids are watching.
There's no kids.
Mm-hmm.
They're all watching Fortnite.
Technically, there are kids watching. We are those kids. Too immature to grow up. Let's move on.
You are at the beach one day when an older but very beautiful lady notices that your back is red and peeling. She asks if you want her to rub some cream on your back.
I'm surprised there's no third option for saying embarrassed yet thankful, so I'll give it a shot. If it doesn't work, I'll go for the other one. Embarrassed, say okay.
Okay. Your back has been feeling kind of sensitive. The lady's hands are soft and gentle. You kind of wish she wouldn't stop. All of a sudden, you feel a very unusual sensation in your bathing suit. An unexpected erection. How embarrassing. You can either ignore it or jump in the water.
I'm a tough guy. I can pull this off, I guess. Try to ignore it.
You ignore it, but it doesn't go away. That's okay, though. At your age, something like that isn't bound to attract that much attention. At the very least, you have saved yourself a bad sunburn. Go play!
And before we move further, not that kind of play, Opie. Totally different meaning. The heart.
There is an elderly woman who lives in a house up the street. Everyone calls her the witch. Some people say she's really paranoid, calling the cops on kids all the time and screaming out the window, even when there is nobody there. At night, she keeps her lights on all the time and sits looking out the window. For the past few days, the lights have been off. Some of the kids think she's just dead in there or something. They jump in front of the house and sing ding dong, the witch is dead, and laugh.
Again, I was living a rough childhood to begin with, but this is probably the point where most boys start to man up a bit, so I'm going to feel a bit sad and see if anything's wrong.
Alright. One afternoon after school, you look for a room outside the gate to see if there is anything going on inside the house. There is nothing. You can go through the gate and knock, or ask a friend to go with you.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's ask my friend who was just singing that ding dong, the witch is dead. That's a great plan that surely won't backfire. But no, in all seriousness, let's just go through the gate and knock on the door.
You hear a voice call out from the back of the house. Go away and leave me alone! You can ask if she's okay or give up.
Well, I'm certainly tried. I'm going home now. Do. Nah, ask if she's okay.
You hear nothing for about 30 seconds. Finally, the door opens. The woman looks pale and dazed. She seems smaller than you imagined and very delicate. In the corner of her almost bare living room, there is a television set, and beside it is a large box of old rubber balls and toys that were left or had accidentally fallen on her lawn. She asks you why you have come. You mention that you noticed that the light has gone out and you thought you might be needing some help. She explained that she has no way to replace it. She's too old to climb up and do it. You can ask her if she would like you to do it, or just say, oh, no, it's just a light bulb. Who cares?
Oh, so that's what it is. Well, it's been great seeing you. Do. Nah, ask if she would want help with it.
She thanks you. Her face softens. While you are fixing the light, she tells you a very sad story. A long time ago, she had a son, very much like you, so polite and so kind. She says he was a beautiful boy and repeats it over and over, as beautiful as a picture. She and her husband lived with their son not too far from the train yard. She used to tell her son, "Get James, Robert, stay away from the tracks, you'll get hurt." One day, her son and her husband went out to play catch with an old football. The ball got away from James and rolled across the tracks. While he was chasing it, his foot got wedged between two rails. His father and he struggled to release it, but before they could, they were both struck by a freight train and killed. She's been alone ever since. When you are finished fixing the light, the lady gives you some milk and freshly baked cookies. It almost seems as though she doesn't want you to go. Before you leave, you could thank her and ask if you want to do some more of job, or thank her and excuse yourself.
Well, after that sad story, she's got me on a guilt trip. I gotta ask if there are more things to do.
Her face brightens. You must be paid, she says. I can't afford much, and you'll have to do a fine job, but you can have all the cookies and brownies you can eat. I promise you that. You have done a much kinder thing that you can probably imagine at your age. You've given this woman a reason to live.
Well, I won't be needing this anymore. Gets a lighter, burns the noose. Let's go for.
Oh, by the way,
Family Crest.
just here, this is a work-related icon. I'm just saying. Anyways, you said family crest, so let's go.
Yes.
You're sitting in the car with Dad, warming it up, when the phone rings and he has to go inside to take the call. You look at the keys dangling from the ignition switch and hear the purr of the engine. No one would notice if you move the car a little and jump back in your seat before Dad returns.
You know what? Fun story I should mention. This actually happened when I was literally like a year or two old.
Oh,
My older brother was in the back seat. I was in the driver passenger seat. I actually snuck out, tried to move the car. I went through the fence of another family's yard. True story. So, for me personally, I'm surprised it doesn't show up sooner. But let's see. In all seriousness, just be safe and keep the car still.
Reflecting on the possible consequences of your behavior is a sign of developing impulse control. You will have plenty of opportunities to wreck the family car later under more legitimate circumstances.
Alright, and since we're going to be getting close to the end of this series of childhood, may as well start acting like a man with more jobs.
Every one of your friends has a new turbo power mud jumper dirt bike, a kind of bicycle. You're being left out of Saturday morning bike trips, and your friend called you a baby because you have one of those regular sissy bikes. What will you do about it?
Well, I can't feel like I'm left in the dust because those dirt bikes are. I'm just gonna feel motivated to get a bike and try to find a way to how to earn it.
Well, how would you like to try to make the money?
Well, the best way how I can get money, I would say, would be doing a paper route.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Oh, great! Now I'm becoming Billy MC.
Your emotional characteristics show that you have the attributes necessary to set a goal, then attain it. You work hard and put in long hours, eventually earning enough money to buy the bike. Congratulations on a work job well done. You got enough money.
Da, 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 da.
You didn't need to get a million things.
Now I'm going to try out this dirt bike. You can't use it here. Damn it, Professor Oak, how do you know this? Alright, top middle social.
Warning, this episode contains subject matter of a sexual nature. Do you wish to continue?
I've said it enough times. Opie knows where this is going. Let's move on.
Robbie Starker always get his father's girly magazines whenever friends come over to visit. Today is entertaining you and some other friend when he suggests you try something new. He explains that if you rub yourself down there while looking at the picture, something really great happens. Everyone seems to think it's a good idea.
Oh my goodness. Now, just as a quick review, were there any girly friends here, or is it just a manly friends?
The thing
And this is an honest question.
The thing doesn't really mention it, but I'm gonna guess it's all dudes with girly magazines.
That's what I thought, because if it was girly friends, I might be a bit aroused, but in this case, I would feel a bit embarrassed, but still do what everyone else does.
Your nervousness and embarrassment prevent you from feeling anything much. It does seem like it could be enjoyable. Later, when you go home, you can try again alone or don't think about it.
Well, I gave it a shot. I might as well stop. No, you know me. Even ever since I was first born, I was being a persistent dick. I may as well do it again.
In the privacy of your own room, you do it again. It turns out to be quite a bit of fun. All of a sudden, your body begins to shudder and you wet yourself a little. Is this supposed to happen? I think everyone wonders that. Yes, it is supposed to happen, and even though no one will admit it, almost everyone does it. It's called masturbation.
Get equipped with master, but no, let's not.
Let's not go there.
No.
Oh my god.
No, baby, no, what? No, I mean, no. Left social.
Mary Jane Jones is one of those friends who really knows how to be one of the guys. She's been a good friend of yours since 3rd grade. You would like to ask her to the school dance, except for one problem. She is 6 inches taller than you.
Well, if I remember my biology lessons, it's usually at this point where girls tend to be taller than boys, but eventually get taller than the girls. So I'm going to feel self-assured and ask her anyway.
Of course you have a fantastic time. You make fun of everyone who is stupid enough to comment on the difference in your size. 5 years later, after the dance, Mary Jane becomes a $3 million a year model.
Yeah, thanks for the dance, Mary Jane. Call me. uh, top right social.
Warning, this episode contains subject matter of sexual nature. Do we should continue?
Why the hell not? Keep this train moving. Not that kind of train.
At a party at the house of one of your friends, Linda Martels, aka the most incredible fox in the 8th grade, asks you to be her partner at a game that some of the kids are playing. The game is called 7 Minutes in Heaven. It is played like this. All of the couples find a place to be comfortable in a very large room. Someone is in charge of working the lights. When the lights go out, the couples make out and stuff for 7 minutes. When the lights get turned back on, the couples can either stay with each other or switch partners. What will you do about this? You've been asked to do this by a girl.
Mm-hmm. Ordinarily, I would be disinterested and reject the offer, but this game is called Alter Ego, and Alter Ego version of me says I'm aroused. Go for it.
The two of you get comfortable and the light goes off. Linda pulls you close and presses her lips against yours. You can do one of these things.
I wonder if my gentleness is going to kick in. So I'm going to attempt to play it safe and try kissing her a little bit more.
Alright. As you kiss her, you feel her moving close to you, pressing her chest up against yours. You can do one of these things.
Okay, you know what? I know this is supposed to be my game. Oh, pie, it's my decision. I'm not going for two. Maybe if you do your own male version of this, go for it. For now, I'm not doing it. It's feeling good. Why stop the mood? Keep kissing.
Her hands slide up and down your chest and brush across your leg. You have pretty much the same options.
Yeah, but since you're starting to get a little fancy with me, I'll try to be a little more fancy. Keyword being little, so going from a normal kiss to a French one.
All of a sudden, Linda cries out, "Gross!" You're modified. But guys who have had her as a partner before know just what happened. You get their sympathy, but as far as Linda is concerned, your time's up. Next! And
don't feel bad about it, dude. We've been trying to bone her for many years. Even we don't have success.
And apparently childhood is not over, so we'll need to go back down the tree. You have these three options that you skipped.
Where's that prince with that hourglass? We need to turn back the clock a bit. Let's go for rightmost social.
Alright, a neighbor approaches you and asks if you would like to make some extra money doing yard work. You evaluate the job. It is back-breaking work for a $5 per week payroll.
Before moving onward, it might have been muffled a bit, but I heard that song a time.
Yes?
So getting that out there. And yeah, I don't think I've even played Majora's Mask, but apparently that's how it works. Yeah, I'll be interested and accepted. It's more money, why not?
After your third week of work, your friends plan a trip to the mall and ask if you would like to come along. Jamie's mother will be driving, but the trip will occur during the time where you usually do the yard work. There is no way you can squeeze the two events in on the same day and still do a good job on the lawn. You can do one of these things.
Well, I got a responsibility. I got to follow through with it. So, though it's not an option, I'm going to say I'd love to go, guys. I'm going to stick with this job. Maybe I'll catch you guys later. So, the next best thing, the first option.
Refuse? Okay. You stay and do your yard work like a responsible person. At this point, how much money are you putting away in the bank every week?
Well, I'm trying to be more responsible, so I'm going to say more than 2.
Your saving habits are admirable. You will accumulate $200 that you will bring with you into the next module, which starts now. You have just passed through the childhood phase of life. Family life is progressing very well. Dad is still the greatest hero of all time. His mom is pretty terrific too. Physically, you're not very healthy. Please be careful to avoid situations that could lead to illness. Socially, this can be an awkward phase of life, especially when you hit the ripe old age of 9 or 10. Should you like girls? Should you not like girls? Decisions. All in all, you're extremely lovable. You're well-mannered and respectful of adults. I may be mistaken, but I see a little bit of a Casanova in training. Now, regarding your emotional and personality development, you're a remarkable, trustworthy young man. Your sense of ethics and fair play are quite remarkable for a child your age. You have a gentle, easygoing way about you most of the time. You have not had many schoolyard brawl, and you seem to be able to control your temper, even when the girls giggle as you walk by. You are about to enter adolescence. It is a somewhat hectic time of life, full of surprises. There will be many very high highs and many low lows. With each year, you will gain responsibilities. You may also notice that people will begin to start forgiving you less for things previously described as mere childhood habits. You'll be expected to leave your burping and other questionable talents in the social circles where they were unanimously approved of your peer group. Oh yes, and there's the matter of girls. If you haven't noticed them much in this phase, watch out, they've noticed you! Welcome to adolescence. Your panic button has been restored.
Fist fights, try to get the tough macho man guy, and at least scoring it with Linda a little bit. I would hope the girls notice me.
Okay, so we have new options in this phase of life. We have high school experience. We have the meeting someone. We have getting work, which you won't be able to do until you're like 15 or 16. And you have get a general experience, I'd say? It's kind of hard to tell. But yeah, you start at 13. And this will go on until you're 20, if I remember correctly. And I just noticed that your gentleness has skyrocketed compared to what it was. However, you're not very calm.
Yeah, calmness is the new gentleness here, folks. That's a takeaway from all this.
Physical has actually gone up a little bit compared to where it was.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, gotta work on that calmness. But yeah, you have many options. You don't have to just stick to the main path. You can do experiences too, or try to meet someone.
Well, I still think it's a bit too young to meet someone, but I gotta work on that brain power. So even if it's not educational or not, we gotta get some high school experiences out of the way.
Alright. Apparently there's no experience you can do for right now.
Okay, fine. Maybe I'm currently in junior high. Excuse me, game. Try to jump the gun. We have this path laid out for you. Don't walk away from the path. No. Okay, we'll try the next best thing. Maybe, if it works, the general on the lower right?
Alright. You are at your first rock concert with friends. Do you wish to continue?
Hell yeah. Let's keep
Midway
going.
through the concert, someone passes you a joint and tells you it's okay to take some. Do you wish to continue?
I'll stop. I'm not at the experimental college phase yet.
And that's it.
Yep. Cut. That's not in the script. All right. We'll start the path with social.
Tonight is Halloween. Some of your friends, more fun-loving friends, are going door to door. Some of your more mischievous friends are going out to play pranks. You must decide on which group you would like to join.
My mischievous prank days are over. I'm trying to be the more fun-loving guy who's going door to door.
Alright. You can... traditional candy and loose change, or to collect charity.
First of all, I am trying to be a nice guy. I'm not trying to be a saint. That comes later. So we'll just get the traditional candy and loose change.
Alright. You begin to make the rounds in your neighborhood when you meet up with the other kids who are playing pranks.
God damn it, Opie.
Ah.
God damn it. And I already lost track of what we were doing. Quick review.
Stupid motherfucker!
Thanks for the bits. You begin to make the rounds in your neighborhood when you meet up with the other kids who are playing pranks.
Yeah. Well, I'm a tough guy. I gotta get tough on them.
Alright. Get tough with what? What are you going to do? Clubber them with marshmallow and candy corns? They were just waiting for a reason to cause trouble, and you just gave it to them. They give you an egg shampoo and cover your face with shaving cream.
Hey, if I threw those candy corns hard enough, it could still hurt them. Just saying. Besides, I bonked my head when I was a baby. That's nothing. Middle family crest.
Alright. You are in one of your ultra cool moods. While cruising through the house, you bump your foot on a piece of furniture and you let the word sneak out. Your mother calls you in from the other room. She says, "Did you say what I thought you said?"
Well, I wish I could be too cool to tear after stubbing my toe. I don't think I can. But yeah, I gotta man up, be truthful, and apologize.
Wisely, you drop the cool act. It's important to be cool, but when mom has her temper up, she can put you on ice permanently. Intellectual sphere increases sharply. Hey.
Alright. Bottom social.
There goes Andrea Weiner. Jeremy said that she likes guys who have rough and tough. She's looking at you and smiling.
I doubt it's gonna work, but I'll give it a shot. Uninterested, pull in your gut, walk over.
Inappropriate response.
That's kind of what I was expecting. Well, we all know the tough guys don't just reveal, "Oh yeah, I thought you were hot too." No, if you're going to be a tough guy, you got to act all tough. So, uninterested, smile back. Make her want more.
I guess this girl doesn't strike your fancy right now. Since she did show some interest in you, it was admirable of you to not try to take advantage of her. Thoughtfulness increases.
Also, Zainchen, when did you suddenly transform into Opie? Family crest.
Alright. Christina Farber got a little wild playing spin the bottle at a friend's house yesterday. As a result, your neck looks like it was stung by a rat pack of wild hornets. As you walk out of the bathroom, Dad inquires about the curious-looking marks.
You know what? My dad still is the coolest guy. So I think for now at this phase, I'm just going to be a little embarrassed and still tell him the truth.
Family relations are good. Your truthfulness makes them even better. Dad knows where you got the mark, and might have even been embarrassed when he asked. Even though he trusts you, he feels the responsibility of keeping you out of trouble as much as possible. These talks would probably never prevent you from doing what you really want to do, but they can make you think twice about some things.
After all those fistfights I got into, why would he not feel responsible about my safety?
Alright, I was just looking at what age you were.
We'll give the general option one more shot in the far right.
Alright. In an attempt to win the heart of your latest love, you decide to write her a poem that will melt her very soul. You labor for hours and then reveal to her the product of your endeavor. Ahem. You wish to continue on this.
Ahem. I gotta go to the bathroom. No, let's keep going.
The ocean whispers softly.
Abrupt stopped. Keep going.
Of bringing you so near.
Keep going.
I'd love to pick some flowers.
Keep going.
And places them on your rear. Oops, that's not it. You slipped. It was supposed to be and placed them in your chestnut hair. You must have had romance in your pants instead of in your heart. You get the old heave-ho.
Oh, man. I'm telling you, Opie, you're a bad influence. Let's go for the top social.
This one?
Yep.
I know that one of them is kind of funny, though. And this one's funny, but it's not as funny. Your friends all go to the shore for a beach party. It's late at night. One of your friends has a suggestion. He says, "Let's go skinny dipping."
I'm gonna say uninhibited and keep those clothes on. Especially the pants.
And that's an inappropriate response.
Fine. Shy, keep them on.
Like most daring fantasies that come up during adolescence, everyone has big ideas, but few follow through on them. Several people actually go skinny dipping, but almost everyone keeps their clothes on.
Besides, that water's extremely cold. I wouldn't be showing anything off. Not in the best way. Let's go top middle social.
Alright. A couple of your friends have convinced someone to purchase a bottle of a very cheap wine. They are excited about the idea of getting drunk.
Anxious, ambivalent, and just walk away.
Failure to conform to peer pressure makes you emotionally stronger, but pulls you outside of this peer group. Your social status suffers, but sometimes that is the price to pay for being an independent, free-thinking person.
Besides, when it comes to getting hangovers, I never get the headaches. I get the stomach aches, and I think that's arguably worse. Top left social.
You're on the school bus on a class field trip, getting cozy with your newest girlfriend.
I say amorous but discreet and just cuddle.
How romantic! Your girlfriend is very impressed. You are a sensitive person. Social sphere and several positive emotional indicator rises.
Well, since it's stated that I'm starting to see girls with my apparent new girlfriend, we might as well see if there's someone to meet.
Alright. So, let's meet someone. Where would you like to meet this person?
I'm going to say it most likely started in school.
Alright. Who would you like to meet?
Do you remember any of these people? I sure as hell don't. But since I am the tough guy who gets in the most fight, I can't ignore the inner double dragon in me. We gotta see Marion.
Marion, okay. You have chosen to meet with Marion. Her characteristic may be described as follows. She is very trustworthy, she's not very gentle, she's very calm, she's moderately happy, she's very confident, she's not very attractive. You met Marion in biology class. You chose what you believe to be an appropriate time and place to ask her for a date. You ask for a date, and Marion accepts. You have a girlfriend.
Cha-ching!
So technically, you can start having experience with your girlfriend if you want.
It's too sudden to stop this. Let's keep the train moving.
So, girlfriend experience?
So yeah, keep going with the girlfriend.
Go on a date. Just when things have really begun to take off with you and Marion, an old girlfriend calls up and begs to speak with you or see you just one more time.
Is she controlling me? Hell no, I'm a tough guy. I'm telling her firmly, it's over.
Why tempt yourself with something that is certain to open up a closet full of old skeletons? You have made a healthy separation and no longer wish to be involved with your ex. Seeing her would only reinforce the fact that you still need each other, well, in which case she might never stop calling on you for help, favors, etc. Everything went better than expected.
One more time.
Right? You and Marion have spent the evening watching television upstairs in your room. It's a quiet night, and the two of you snuggle into each other's arms and begin to nap. You are disturbed from your peaceful sleep by the sound of the birds chirping outside the window. You open your eyes and realize you have fallen asleep for 6 hours. It's 4:37 a.m. Marion's father would have a fit if he ever caught you bringing his daughter home this late. What will you do?
Do I practically write a death sentence to myself and tell Marion to go off on her own? Or do I do the stupid thing and...
See you, Eizen, by the way.
Oh, there's Eizen. Or face the music. Nah. I want to try and help Marion and not get myself in trouble, so let's try and sneak her out.
Alright. Marion's father is asleep on the couch directly facing the door. He has obviously been waiting for the two of you to arrive. You notice, while he's snoring, the massive size of his mouth. He's wearing paisley pajama bottom, and his large belly is heaving up and down as he breathes. You and Marion are frozen in panic, but she has to make a move soon. She tries to tiptoe past him. She has only 3 feet to go until she reaches the snare. He rolls over on the couch and sinks deeper into dreamland. The next day, Mario claims to have been late, but not that late. Her father fell asleep at 12:30, so he has no way of checking her story. So you did
Advantage. Eizen and Marion. Alright, before I say the social, let's scroll up a bit. See what other options we have.
More social.
Just more social. Yeah, let's move past that screen and move to the next social that would show up on the list.
Yeah. I don't want to influence anything, but I think I remember this one. That's why I keep bringing myself back to it, but oh well.
So yeah, let's go for the middle social.
Your friends ask if you would like to be in a rock group.
Hell yeah, be excited and start planning.
Your first task is to come up with a suitable name for the group. These are several suggestions. Choose the one that you like best. Larry and the Mumblers.
Oh man. Okay, we're the next death metal band. Give it up for us, the Cabbage Heads. No. I think that's a stupid name. We'll go for the next best one and the Tormented.
That sounds like a fitting name for a talent of your caliber. Now you must choose a position in the band. The bass, the drummer, lead guitarist, or the keyboardist. It is the 80s after all.
Well, I'm disappointed since it's the 80s. There's no keyboard / keytar or something like that. But we'll go for the next best thing, the keyboard.
Fine, Maestro. Do you want to be the band leader or just a band member?
I don't see that many band leaders being on the keyboard, and I think there's a distinct reason why, so I'll just be a band member.
You take a low profile, but the audience can't resist your star qualities. Those eyes, those long sinky locks. Move over, Mick Jagger. Here comes the new king of rock and roll.
We later broke up that week. That's how it usually goes. We have a one-hit wonder and then poof, disappear. Let's go for the Right Heart.
A group of kids you hardly know have just made fun of you. Usually this might not bother you, but lately you've been feeling down in the dumps about a lot of things. Your physical appearance has been disappointing. Your family has been giving you a hard time about almost everything. No one seems to be saying or doing anything positive toward you. You have a bad case of the blues. How do you feel?
I got a bad case of the blues. I'm feeling just fine. I'll talk to someone and let it pass by. No. Honestly, feel a bit sad and depressed and talk to someone.
Who would you like to talk to?
I'll talk to someone in the family.
Your family is understanding and supportive. They don't actually tell you anything magical, but it lifts your spirit to know that they care enough about you to listen.
Alright, let's go for the top social.
Livingston, a foreign friend from Jamaica, asks you over to his house for dinner. Your first course is an interesting looking kind of soup. You take a sip and find it delicious. You inquire, what kind of soup is this? Livingston's mother replies with a proud smile on her face, turtle soup.
With pillowy mounds of mashed potatoes. I'm sorry, every time I hear turtle soup, I can't help but think of Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, since he was the voice of Shredder.
Oh boy, okay.
Okay, but yeah, I'd say I'd be open and try to eat all of it.
Your willingness to experience new things is remarkable. Besides, those little pieces of meat taste just like chicken. Your adventurousness delights Livingston's mom, who shows you a picture of her island and tells you about its people and custom. Intellectual sphere rises. Hey!
Alright, let's go for the heart.
John, a very close friend of yours, has been very depressed lately. You have seen him moping around the halls at school, keeping to himself. One day, while you are running an errand for a teacher on the top floor of the building, you see a shadow swaying on the school roof. You peer through the design in the glass window pattern, straining to see what is happening out there. It's John! You call out to him and discover that he's planning to jump off. He wants you to go away, make believe you didn't see him. He starts talking about wanting to be at peace. He refers to rock stars who have died, and I will get a chance to be with them. Suddenly, while he is talking, John loses his footing and begins to fall off the roof. He is able to grab onto a flagpole that is attached to the side of the building. He looks frightened and begins to cry.
Well, obviously, be anxious, yet try to remain calm. And this is a sudden thing. If he's hanging onto a flagpole, it could fall at any minute, so I gotta try and help him myself.
Even though this is an extremely tense situation, you are confident in your ability to save the life of your friend. You snake out onto a ledge and grab John's dangling feet. You pull him to safety inside the building. In the following weeks, you become a school hero. The town mayor awards you with a medal honoring your courageous act. Congratulations!
Yay, I saved my friend from suicidal death. Or in this case, accidental death. Let's go for the social.
Which one? Because there's still that one that
the one that was at the screen at the time, so topmost.
Alright. Seung Lee is a new Chinese student who can barely speak English. He appears awkward, is not aware of modern style of dress, and is a bit clumsy. Everyone in school has begun to make fun of him.
Well, fun little fact, I have been studying Japanese, and it turns out Japan's history started in China. So, being an inner Japanese fanatic that I am, I have to be sympathetic and try to approach him.
Alright. You approach him, and with tremendous difficulty try to make conversation. He seems very shy and self-conscious about his communication difficulties. Your friend thinks you are stupid for wasting your time with him. It seems doubtless that the two of you will ever be able to understand one another. You can give up or keep trying.
Well, in the immortal words of the movie Caligula, if it's impossible, I say all things in life are possible. Make the impossible happen, and anything in life is possible. So keep trying.
Alright. Months pass, and Seung begins to learn English very quickly. Just think how long it would take you to learn Chinese if it were the other way around. As soon as he's able to express himself, he tells you that he appreciates your sympathy and friendship. You've made a lifelong friend. Congratulations.
Yes, I made a lifelong friend. There was someone else I was supposed to keep track of. Who was it? All right, my girlfriend. I should probably check on her.
Alright. By the way, there's also the option to go steady eventually, if you think about it.
Yeah,
anyways,
let's keep
time
having
for a date.
experiences.
Marion has spent the afternoon with her parents, visiting friends of the family. When you see Marion, she can't stop talking about John, their son. When Marion and John were younger, everyone joked about how nice it would be if they're married when they got older. Isn't that cute? Anyway, Marion goes on to tell you that John grew up to be an absolute hunk with the cutest set of dimples on his cheek. After she finished her detailed description, she squealed, "You look just like one of those calendar model. I could have died." How do you feel about all this?
Well, I'm not sure if it'll show me the stats, but I imagine, physically speaking, nowhere near as good as him. So
I'll just mention, by the way, that in her stat sheet, it said that she is very trustworthy and she's not very attractive.
So, yeah, I'm going to say that it's not really that big of a deal, but at the same time feeling a bit subconscious about myself, at least a little bit threatened.
Alright. That's understandable, but from what I understand of Marion, she's a trustworthy person. She's just expressing that she's attractive, and that's probably all.
Well, that's good to know. What the hell, one more experience.
You're getting ready for a big date with Marion. How nervous are you about it?
Well, if this is an ordinary one, not very nervous, but since it's a big one, a little nervous.
So just nervous, okay.
Yeah.
As you run your hands across your face while washing, you notice a sensitive bump right in the center of your forehead. A big red pimple.
I'm gonna say squeeze it carefully.
Okay. Everyone knows you can't squeeze a pimple carefully. You have obviously chose to ignore everything you have heard and read about squeezing pimple. You get a big red mark on your face, kind of a third eye. You become
Yay.
preoccupied with the way you look, and as a result, it ruins your date with Marion.
Wah, wah.
Sad face.
Well, I believe in school they call this, what was this again? All right, puberty. So I'll get over it. Isn't it called puberty? No, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced puberty. But yeah, let's scroll up the chart, see what the options there are.
No more social.
Social right up the ass.
You sure you don't want to go back to that social down there? Anyways.
I'm pretty sure.
Alright. You're still much too young to buy liquor, but your friend wants to get wasted tonight. They plan on waiting outside of the liquor store and asking older customers to buy it for them.
Not interested, find something else to do.
You don't seem to be interested in this kind of experience right now. Intellectual and physical sphere rises.
Yay! Which, of course, since I made a comment about physical, I'm curious to know what that looks like.
Let's have a look. Yeah, 63.
Not that bad.
It's going away higher. Your calmness actually re-increased. Hey, it's triple what it
Okay, I'm
was.
starting to get better.
However,
And
you're a
my
teenager.
mic is starting to slump a bit.
You're a teenager, so yeah.
Let's go Family Crest.
Early in the evening, a friend's mother appears mysteriously at the door and asks to speak to your mother. From another room, you hear the woman say that you have been a bad influence on her son, and that your mother should try harder to raise you the right way. Her complaints, by the way, are totally unjustified. First, you barely know her son, and second, he's the biggest juvenile delinquent in town, without your help or anyone else's.
Look, first of all, that was when I was a toddler. I've totally grown out of that phase. Totally. Alright. Just be calm and wait till she leaves and talk.
You are obviously confident that this woman is not being totally accurate. You guess that your mother won't believe a word of what she's saying. Naturally, she doesn't. You chose the most mature set of responses. Well done.
Take that woman I don't even know for the son I barely know. Where was I going with that conversation? Oh well. Anyway, social to the right.
You have just mustered up the courage to ask Fake Morgan, voted hottest butt of the century by fellow classmate, out on a date. She rolls you up and down and rolls her eyes and said, "Be real."
Ooh, that is extremely, extremely tempting. But I'm gonna say unflappable and just walk away.
Your guts may be turning, but I'd say you stay cool, calm, and collected. You're confident, but rejection is hard to take at your age, no matter how well adjusted you are. You'll probably meet someone who can appreciate these things in you. When you do, fate becomes interested in you and tries to steal you away. Now's your chance. Remember, hottest bud of the century. You can fly into her arms or resist her.
Yeah, let's fly into her arms and upset the girlfriend Marion, who, according to this game right now, says I don't even have a relationship with. Yeah, nice trick, liar. I'm gonna resist.
Good choice. This girl is only interested in guys she can't have.
See, that's what I'm talking about, the tough guy look. Make them feel like you're uninterested. Then they want you. But moving onward. Actually, especially after that moment, let's check on my girl.
Alright. You and Marion have just had a nice romantic date. You have treated her well all evening. Movies, a bite to eat, the works. Now you're feeling very romantic, but for some strange reason, Marion only wants to engage in idle chit-chat. Every time you try to kiss her, she turns her face away and says, "Let's just talk." How do you feel?
I'm surprised there's no frustrated yet sympathetic option, so I'll go for the next best thing and just feel like chatting as well.
Fine. Marion says, "Then please stop chit-chatting with your hand on my leg."
Well, if you told me I was doing that earlier, I would have done something about it, game. As far as I'm concerned, that's your own damn fault. Alright, hopefully it should start working now. Let's try high school.
The local police are called in to search the lockers for illegal substances. Have you stashed anything in there, beside your now fossilized gym socks, that you don't want anyone to find?
Why would I do that? I haven't smoked dope, I haven't tried alcohol. Why would I be into that thing? Say no.
The only thing they find are 2 pieces of dried out pizza from the cafeteria. At first, they think the pizza is a product of some sort of satanic ritual. After they have it analyzed, they send the Board of Health to inspect the kitchen. Yep.
Actually, that might have meant we discovered something else. The lunch ladies were Satanists. Alright. Keep the ball rolling. More high school experiences.
Warning, this episode contains subject matter of the sexual nature.
Because why not? Go for it.
You and your classmates are changing into your clothes from gym class. For a moment, everyone is naked. Even you try not to look. You can't help wondering about how you measure up to the other guys. How do you feel?
Well, I can't say not anxious at all, because that would be a full-blown lie. Having said that, maybe a little anxious and conscious.
Alright. This is a perfectly normal kind of reaction. At your age, you are still not comfortable with your body and all the change it has gone through. Although you might be ashamed of what you have now, you may offer to give your eye teeth if you could only have it back 30 years from now. Well, that
One more
happened.
time. I don't know. One more time with high school.
Your biology teacher is breezing through the miraculous inner working of the common cockroach, Blabberous cranifer. It is enough to make you lose your lunch. You can't understand a word he's saying, but everyone else seems to be nodding and following along. What do? Stop them or keep quiet?
Well, the interesting thing I find about this is that it's not just blatantly stop him, but rather stop and ask for clarification. So, what the hell? I'll give that a shot.
Alright. Your teacher is impressed by the fact that you thought enough of the subject matter to ask him to explain it so that you fully understand it. His explanation makes it almost barely understandable, but at least that's enough to get you through the next quiz. He even gives you a few live souvenirs to take home and study on your own. What do you do with the souvenirs?
Gee, thanks. Well, first of all, I'm not going to put them in Mary Jane's lunch bag because that would be rude and disgusting. Secondly, why should I let those be free in their natural habitat? I mean, everyone says the only good bug's a dead one, so let's just take them home and study.
Brown nose!
Ha 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 ha. Let's go for upper left social.
This episode contains subject matter of a sexual nature. Do you wish to continue?
Because we all know talking about cockroaches wasn't disgusting enough. Keep going.
While sitting around the house with a girlfriend one night, she says she wants to give you a manicure.
Well, they never said specifically what it was, but I am in a relationship with my girlfriend, Marion. What's the harm in it? Appreciate it and accept.
Letting your friend grooms you puts her in a very romantic mood. After she finishes the job, you get cozy on the couch and have a hot and heavy time. Unfortunately, the next day your friends see your polished nail and rag on you for days about it. Little do they know.
Well, in that case, speaking of hot and heavy, let's see if I can convince my girlfriend to take it to the next level.
So try to go steady.
Mm-hmm.
You and Marion make an handsome couple.
Yay!
Congratulations! You're steady with Marion.
Let's go for the left family crest.
Your dad's boss thinks that you are a fine young man. He would be honored if you would consider escorting his lovely daughter Matilda to the company dinner dance.
Ordinarily, I jump right in, but this is a tricky situation. I just became steady with Marion.
Yeah.
What will she think?
Good evening, by the way.
I'm gonna attempt to take a risk at this and say, not sure if it'll work. We'll say, nah, fuck it. We'll be interested and accept.
Alright. This was a very open-minded set of choices. You arrive at the country club waiting to meet Dad's boss's daughter. All of a sudden, this movie star walks up to you. Your eyes glaze, your mouth gets dry, and you must concentrate very hard to prevent your tongue from dropping out of your mouth. Could this be Matilda? Nope, it's some lady who thinks you work there parking cars. Matilda arrives complete with braces, pigtail, and a squeaky laugh. As the night goes on, you find out she's not so bad. Dad gets a raise the following week. Now about the company picnic next month.
Look, Dad, I did you a solid, but I gotta check on my girlfriend Mary and make sure we're still cool and everything.
Alright. While having a soda at Marian's house, the phone rings. She picks it up and looks around the room nervously. She walks out of the room with the phone, and you think you can hear her say, "I told you not to call me at home!" She puts the phone back down and proceeds as if the phone never even rang. You casually ask her who it was. Her voice cracks and she says, "No one!" Your eyes dart around the room. How do you feel about this?
Well, I can't necessarily get angry at her because she is trustworthy. I think if I act suspicious towards her, that might get me in hot water. So I'll say I act a bit confused.
Will you keep pressing her for information until she finally tells you who was calling?
Well, the game says that she is very trustworthy. I'd rather not push it.
Alright, so no?
Yeah.
She never mentioned it again.
Alright. One more experience with her.
Alright. No one is home except you and Marian. You're necking with her, locked in a passionate and resentful embrace on the couch. Suddenly, you hear a faint click. Someone's coming in!
Well, I am a multi-talented person. Let me try and play it off and say we were practicing for a school play.
Alright. Very creative, but save it. As it turns out, the sound you heard was just an outside noise. You can go back to what you were doing, but before you do, it might be a good idea to look in a mirror. Your hair looks like a squirrel just did 40 laps around the top of your head.
But oh, Pie, don't you dare get any sudden ideas. Alright, bottom middle heart.
Alright. Your dad decides he wants to have a long talk with you about college. In his talk, he advises you to do all the things you think you would like to do least. He suggests career that you couldn't see yourself doing in a million years. He talks about college that seems dull and uninteresting. Say, son, have you ever thought of going to military college? You get the distinct sense that he has already planned the next 8 years of your life from you. At this point, you may not be sure you want to go to college at all.
Well, just for Mom, I might get the feeling to be anxious or a bit angry, but since my dad, I'm going to try and be calm about this and tell him I'm not really interested in any of that.
Sometimes parents get overzealous helping their children plan for the future. They may have a real need to control their children and are fearful of giving up that control. You express your desire to control your own life to your father. He has difficulty understanding why you might resent his help. Expressing yourself for now prevents you from having a major blow-up with him later on. So that ended better than possible. I mean, I think he has pretty good stats, if I remember right. He's in a 15 years old, in a steady relationship with his girlfriend. All of these stats are over 60, even vocational somehow.
Which is just barely qualifying.
The only thing that's really down is he's not a very calm person.
Which, considering what I just pulled through, I'm even surprised I was able to do that.
Yep. And, yeah, you're broke. You're teeth. However, you are
What are you talking about? I still have $164. That's savings.
However, you are 15, so I think if you wanted, you could try for a job.
Let's try the top middle heart.
Alright. One of the older kids in school takes you aside and offers you a quick way to make money by dealing drugs. Nothing too heavy or dangerous, according to him. All you would have to deal is some pot and a few lewds.
And I don't think it was roughly around this game's era. Close, though. This is during the DARE program, which, quick pro tip for all you kids who may not be listening to this, that plan failed miserably. But in all seriousness, not interested, won't do it.
He tells you that you have just passed up the opportunity to make some easy money. He's caught dealing 3 weeks later, but nothing much happens to him. 3 months after that, you read that he was jailed in South America during a drug-related incident.
So with that said, let me get this takeaway out of the way. Don't smoke crack. Not sure why, but I had to quote Waterboy there. Just had to. It's been a while since we've done it. Let's go for a physical on the left.
Alright. A cousin of yours asked if you would like to inherit his weight set.
Well, he did say it was free. Why not? Be interested and accept.
You are the type of person who sticks with his interests. You build up your body, increasing strength and definition. A group of girls at school have begun referring you as the bod. Physical and social characteristic increase.
All right. Let's go for the family crest.
You're annoyed because your father doesn't seem to be paying attention to what you were saying this day. You would appreciate it if he would treat you more like a person. While you are trying to express this to him, he begins correcting your grammar.
Wow, Dad, when did you suddenly become a dick? I thought we had a connection. But, yeah, at this point, I gotta be assertive, bring him back down to earth and say, you know, this is a perfect example of what I'm trying to say here. Blah, 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 blah.
Your dad is taken aback by your assertiveness and is forced to re-examine his own behavior. He realizes that he has been unfair to you and apologizes. The two of you gain a mutual respect for one another.
See, that's what I'm talking about. So long as we're listening and talking to each other, nothing bad can happen. You try and jump the gun, that just goes out the window. Alright, but now that I've gotten that out of the way, I'd imagine funds are going incredibly low. Let's see if maybe we can get a job?
Alright, apply for a job. For what kind of job would you like to apply? You have these choices.
We'll say, since I get the benefit of free movies, let's be a ticket taker.
Congratulations! You start work immediately.
Hooray.
And you don't have to do much, it's gonna do it automatically. So you have an occupation now. And your physical has definitely gone up now. And you're making money!
Not sure what I'm more disappointed by. The fact that I don't have $420, or my personal preference, $419. Because you could either blaze it or be lazy about it. But yeah, more intellectuals with the brain.
All of your friends are skipping class and they want you to come along too.
Gonna pull Cloud Strife here. Not interested. Just go to class.
According to your status sheet, you are not the type of person who would usually pass up this kind of adventure. Perhaps you're beginning to accept responsibility a bit more. Intelligence, trustworthiness, and family characteristics show moderate increase.
And with that said, let's go for the physical on my path to the right.
Alright. This one?
The other one before.
Alright, this one?
Yeah, that's the one.
You're hanging around at your friend's house. There is nobody home but you and her, and he, sorry. Your friend goes into his parents' bathroom and emerges with a small yellow box. He opens the box and shows you his father's gun, a chrome revolver.
I think this is starting to get a bit out of hand, so again, given my status, I'm going to try to be calm and tell him to put it away.
Alright. Acting anxiously might cause your friend to tease you on or egg you with the gun. He did a dangerous thing by taking the gun out. One of both of you could have been killed. Intellectual sphere increases. Congrats.
And since we're currently working as a ticket taker, why not click on the job square?
Alright.
So it's sphere then.
On the back of an old matchbook cover, you see an offer which promises you the possibility of a free art scholarship if you can draw Winnie, a cartoon figure on the inside flap.
Somehow, I get the feeling there's got to be a gimmick to this. So, once again, got to pull a Cloud Strife. Not interested and throw it away.
Alright. You're not going to be fooled by this old sham. Your drawings of Winnie usually entitles you to nothing more than a first-class ride on the bus to Sucker City.
After all, I did get some of those intellectual spheres increased. I ain't stupid.
This is true.
And since I've neglected it a bit, let's go for a general experience.
Alright. There is a girls' pajama party at Pamela Garden's house tonight. You and your friends plan an undercover pajama party crash.
Well, I'm trying to be respectful of this. I'm not going to be surprised if it's abrupt, but I'm going to stop.
And it's over.
That's exactly what I thought. Roll the dice again on general experience.
You are out with your friends and neglect to keep track of time. You are 3 hours past curfew.
Let's keep going and see where this goes.
You arrive home and notice that all of the lights are off. Maybe everyone is sleeping and they won't notice if you sneak in.
Why not? Go for it.
You fish around for your keys while standing at the door.
Well, I've already gone this far. It'd be foolish to stop now. In fact, that would probably make the situation worse, so keep going.
The door opens.
Keep going. Keep going.
No one seems to notice.
Keep going.
You take off your shoe and tiptoe towards your room.
Keep going.
You're almost home free when...
Well, it says I'm almost home free. Why stop now?
You hear a noise.
Ride it all the way through.
It was just the pipes clanking.
Keep going.
You sneak into your bedroom and no one is the wiser. You did it!
Huzzah! Alright, let's...
A cunning stealth mission, yep.
Indeed. I mean, after all the physical stuff I've been going through lately with my body improving, I might be going from being the next Cartman to the next solid snake. Eisen, what are you doing 3 hours being late coming home? Oh, I'm sorry, Mom and Dad, but I'm currently stuck in a box. Not sure why. Let's go for the job square.
Alright. In your own opinion, you have been doing a good job at work. Your boss, however, constantly complains about the pickiest things. He never tells you when you have done a good job. When you do something wrong, he never lets you have it, even when you follow up on something easily correctable. To make matters worse, most of the mistakes you make are his fault. Now he has called you into his office for a discussion. This usually means that you're going to get yelled at for something. What are you gonna do?
Not sure if it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try to be unbothered by this and stick up for myself.
You are the mellow type who tries not to let the opinions of others influence you in a negative way. You calmly point out that he is responsible for a lot of the problems you are having. He calmly fires you. And indeed, you have no job.
Well, that's a shame, but in all fairness, he was being kind of a dick. So, with that said, we can only do the next best thing. Find a new one.
Alright. Apply for a job.
Hopefully I don't need him as a reference. Let's try to be a clerk at a drugstore.
Alright. Congratulations! You start immediately.
Yay.
Yeah, we can only hope.
Only time will tell.
Yep.
Let's go for the heart to the left.
Alright. You are in a quiet, pensive mood, and your thoughts turn to the subject of religion. Your family's beliefs seem out of step with your own as you wonder about the nature of your existence. Would they understand if you told them about the differences?
I would say be, at the very least, a bit curious and try to confront them about it.
Your desire to question the meaning of religion, fate, and some of life's larger, more philosophical questions is admirable. This kind of independent thinking stimulates the mind and fuels divergent thought. Your parents accept your right to your views, but strongly disagrees. You feel that their arguments are weak compared to yours. They seem to accept more things on fate. You want reasons. The discussion seems futile until you realize that perhaps the most important aspect about it is their acceptance of you, and the secret pride in that knowledge that you are a bright, free-thinking person. Well, there we go.
Look, Mom and Dad, if you don't like my opinions of religions, that's fine and everything, but why do you need to dress me up in this cloak and drink all this goat's blood? Alright, let's go social for the left. See if we can clear out that physical afterwards.
You're too young for this episode.
Well, damn.
Yeah, that can happen.
Now I feel tempted. What about the one up above?
While you're shopping in town one day, a woman who introduces herself as a photographer tells you that you're very handsome, that she might be able to get you some modeling work for you. She gives you her card.
Not really interested, but may as well peek my head and find out what's going on. So, maybe interested, visit.
Alright. The woman tells you that she has just been given an assignment to shoot some models for a famous men's underwear manufacturer. Would you be willing to pose for some picture? The pay is $500 for a modeling session.
Not sure how I'm doing physically, but I get the feeling whether or not I've got a bulge that's confident enough, I don't know if I should be smiling about it. So, with that said, it was nice looking at it, but I'm going to pass.
Alright. Too bad. She tells you that she will call if anything else comes up. It doesn't.
Mm-hmm. Why do I get the feeling if I had followed through with it? She keeps the pictures, doesn't give me any money, and secretly masturbates to it.
I don't know. You just had to do it.
You never know.
You have to do it to find out.
But yeah, with that said, let's go to the job symbol to the left.
Alright. You notice someone stealing an extremely large amount of valuable property from work.
Well, be concerned and immediately tell the boss.
The boss asks if you can prove what you're saying. Since you have no pictures or direct evidence, he tells you there's nothing I can do. This is one of those times where you think the whole world is completely insane. Sometimes it just about is.
And of course, you try and help your friend out, it screws you over. You try and do the right thing, tell your boss, it screws you over. You try screwing someone over, it screws you over. That's just how this life works. Alright, let's go through some high school experiences.
Alright. The teacher asks for a volunteer for the class to help an Italian exchange student, Lola, learn to speak English. You can volunteer or not.
Why not? Give it a shot.
Wouldn't it be great if Lola were this incredibly looking, sexy, wild, uninhibited Italian fox? It would be, but as it turns out, Lola is rather ordinary looking. Do you stop helping her after a short period, or stick it through?
If my laptop did load up properly for me, I could see said options. There we go. Let's stick it through.
Alright. As it turns out, Lola has a really great personality. She becomes a good friend.
Laptop? Is my laptop being a bitch right now?
Uh-oh. Because I'm still hearing you, but,
Mm-hmm. I'm not even getting a response from this. This is why my laptop is a bitch.
oh boy. I did get your message just now.
Yep. See, folks, you gotta understand, Videotron Japan is the laptop for me. He hates his provider. I hate my laptop.
Well,
Alright, in that case, now that I'm getting a fluent response, let's try going for the social on the right.
this one?
Yep.
Your best friend since grade school has been looking depressed and confused. He is usually a very happy-go-lucky person, so you really can't understand what could be wrong.
Be a bit sympathetic and asks what's wrong.
He tells you that nothing is wrong, but you can see by his face that he's deeply troubled.
Well, if he's deeply troubled, let me try pressuring him a little bit.
Alright. After much hesitation, he lowers his eyes and blurts out that he thinks he's an homosexual. He is worried that if he tells any friend, they will desert him and that he will be laughed at. What are you feeling right now?
Well, to be fully honest, it is a bit shocking, but I don't want to feel anxious about it. Besides, it's a free world. No one should be told what they can and can't do, so I'm willing to accept it.
Alright. It is nice to see that you are willing to be supportive. Will you ask him to tell you more, or will you suggest he check with professional counseling?
Hmm. Maybe offer support, though, even though there's not much I can do. At least suggest professional counseling.
Alright. This was the most considerate thing you could have done for this young man, taking on the responsibility of being the sole source of support for him might have been made him overly dependent on you. This could have put a strain on your friendship. As a result of your suggestion, your friend learns how to deal with his homosexuality and the two of you remain close friends.
Yay. But with that said, I should probably check to see if I'm a homosexual too. Let's get a physical.
Okay. You're shopping at the drugstore. It is almost closing time. The manager is letting the customers out one by one, keeping the door locked so no one else can come in. Suddenly, the man in front of you at the cash register takes out a gun and announces an hold-up. He smells heavily of alcohol, and it looks as if the gun could be fake.
Well, I am a fighter. Why not? Attempt to be brave and stop him.
He is drunk and the gun is fake. You're surprised at how easy he is to subdue. You don't realize your own strength. As you wrestle with him, you hit him in the nose and break it. He is a pitiful character who begins to cry before the police arrives.
Either way, I'm a hero.
Yeah.
With that said, I want to tell this story to my girlfriend.
Alright. Marion has just won an all-expense-paid trip for two to a fantastic ski resort in Vermont. She has invited you to go along with her. There's only one problem. Marion's parents absolutely refuse to allow their daughter with an overnight trip with anyone of the opposite sex. What will you do?
Well, I'm not trying to be demanding, so I'm going to say attempt to have a talk with her parents.
Alright. You have decided to confront them honestly. Marion's dad appreciates this. He answers you with the same honesty. He doesn't trust you alone in the same room with his daughter. He thinks the two of you will have sex. You mentioned that if you've wanted to have sex with his daughter, it would be much easier to go someplace closer to home, like a local motel. You're proud of yourself for winning points in the logic department. Marion's dad says, very true, very true. Then gets a very sinister look in his face and continues, just about the only difference, my friend, is that if you did something like that close to home, and I found out about it, I would not be inconvenienced by having to travel far to find you and beat to a pulp. Well, that happened. Oop. Uh-oh. Are you still there? We might have a problem. I'm not getting any response from Eizen at the moment. Let me quickly ping him. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. It's not your character, Opa. It wouldn't be the same. Alright, I'll wait maybe a minute or two and see if he comes back, and in the meantime I'll at least save the game. So at least we have that. And that would be kind of sad. Yeah, yep, he got disconnected. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, this isn't good. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do now. I wanted to at least go until the end of the teenage years, but, unfortunately, apparently his laptop is not cooperating. Oh, I see. Apparently his connection dropped. That's not good. Alright, so unfortunately this might be an abrupt ending because, yeah, his connection completely dropped apparently. That's kind of sad, but these things happen unfortunately. I should know, shitty providers and all that good stuff. Let me just make sure that I saved. But, yeah, we'll just have to resume at a later time. It's still not too bad. He's doing not that bad, and vocational stats actually went down compared to what it was, though. But his calmness is way higher than it was at the start of this scenario. And he has quite a bit of money accumulated, so he's doing pretty fine for himself. But I suppose I'll have to close this for now, unless, no. I'll keep that for perhaps another time. Yeah, I did add an image in the background here, so yep, that's happening. Alright, well, in any case, thank you for everyone who came by to check on this. And thank you, even though right now his connection completely died, I'd like to thank Eizen for participating in this. This is an interesting twist of fate, I'd say. Anyways, that is fine.